Undercity Comics. This is Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 244. I'm Sean.
Renee.
It's Bryan.
Nick.
And welcome to the show.
We play musical chairs.
How's the audio?
We play musical chairs.
It's good? All right, awesome. Yeah, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Issue 244 of Keeping Up with the Nerds. Check out our website, keepingupwiththenerd.com for all the up-to-date information. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and X-Men.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Keeping Up with the Nerds for all the skits that get uploaded every Thursday and for you guys to see your beautiful faces live on the show. And check out our audio platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean, now YouTube Music as well. So there you go.
This is a new one. Delicious.
Speaking of skit, Man in the Mirror.
It was good.
I want to go now and say, Bryan, Man in the Mirror was a great skit.
Yeah, it's
Did you really?
Hilarious.
Okay.
It's
Really?
good.
I thought it was
Alright.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I liked
Even
it.
even Monica was like, that was a funny skit.
I told
Really?
my mom, Chrissy, and my aunt to go check it out, and they thought it was
They thought it was funny.
Yeah,
was kinda
Manny liked
scared.
it too. Yeah, no, I was scared too.
guys-
It was a weird change up from being. I was telling this to Bryan because I was like, because we were waiting outside and we were just talking, and I go, Bryan, do you think this skit's gonna be funny? And he goes, Yeah. Why? Do you think it was not gonna be funny? I'm like, no, I just feel it's weird coming from like funny, and then towards the end, I had to be kind of like monotone and serious.
Very
and
serious.
Stuff. Yeah.
I thank you guys for the compliment. I
Yes.
appreciate it. Thank you for everyone that watched and enjoyed the skit. No, I based that skit after watching the SNL documentary. I was
Yes.
like, okay,
Yeah.
I challenged myself to write it.
The man in the mirror skit.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, you know what? Like, let me actually sit down and write a skit. But I have this running theory that anytime I enjoy doing a skit, the skit sucks. And anytime I have no faith in the skit, everyone loves the skit. So it's good to know that I enjoyed doing the skit,
Yeah.
and
Wait,
that people
does that mean
love
that
it.
a lot of the skits that we pitch, you have no faith in?
No, because I don't know. No, it's if I have like major work in them. That's it. That's why like when you guys do the skits, I'm just like have at it because like you guys have better luck than I do. But no, I'm glad. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
It was good. I apologize.
You were funny as hell.
Yeah,
You were
it was good.
funny as hell. I loved it.
I had to
was
stop
Was it the
dying in the
like
car.
going back and forth?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, it was the Stone Cold Steve Austin spit.
so it was funny because Bryan goes like, yeah, just try to like get in one take, and I go, okay, cool, and then I go, do you want like just like a little stream, or do you want me to kind of like, because I can go either way. And he goes, just have at it. I'm like, okay. Boom, that was the first take, and Bryan goes, we don't need to do another one. That was great. He's all like,
You managed to get the whole mirror.
Yeah, I don't know how you got the whole year.
The amount of times I had to stop editing because I kept laughing at that one bit. It was just so well done too, and you sold it so well. It was so great.
I just think it's funny because halfway through the skit, once the podcast scenes were done, me and John were just outside.
yeah, you guys were just talking. Yeah.
We just started. We were just like, oh, we're not needed anymore, so we're gonna go outside. And we closed the door, and we were just like, should we watch a movie? Like, when did we get
I forgot what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was also just fun, just me and Bryan just being in the bathroom. We're just like going after, and then just going, take after take after take, and we're just like, no, we could do a little better. And we're like, are you happy with it? I'm like, I can go one more time.
It was interesting to direct you individually because I think I've directed all three of you guys together and never really one individual person by themselves. So it was interesting to get that opportunity.
Who's the hardest to direct out of the three of us?
Right now,
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
Why?
not for a bad reason.
What
You're
is
still
it?
new.
What am I doing wrong?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just difficult because I'm comfortable knowing how they are. I'm not comfortable yet with you in the sense of like, I need you to do this because you might interpret it wrong.
I mean, that's wrong 100% because I think I'm the only person on record who has been shirtless in a skit.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Twice.
twice.
But-
In
but-
back to back.
But
Full shirt
so
off.
like
Yeah.
only but because I've started to learn you're funnier when you're unhinged. When like we let you off the leash.
Yeah.
When you're off the leash, you're great. Nick, I cannot explain it for longer than 5 seconds. Otherwise your attention span goes elsewhere.
What
Yeah.
are we talking about?
Exactly. And then
What?
Renee, I think you need it done in 2 takes. Otherwise, you're over it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fairly true.
Yeah, 2 takes.
I will moderately agree with that.
But if you don't, but if there's like a spark in you, like something
Yeah.
bubbling in your stomach, you're like, you know what? I think I could do a third one. Then the third one is always like perfect. Yeah, it's always good. But
the
yeah.
smiley one,
The what?
the smiley skit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, because we did 3 takes on certain scenes on that one, and
Yeah.
the third ones would always be
Would
the
always
better
be the
ones.
better
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
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 The what was it? Yeah, I don't know. I whenever you're directing, I you know what it is? It's because I feel like sometimes you over explain.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but then I'm naturally a rebel. So
Yeah.
so then I go like, I know he explained it that way, but I think it's gonna be funnier this way.
And that's fine. That's fine. I've learned to let go and be looser in that sense.
Then I just do the what's it called, the Burt Ward thing, where I just do it the way I wanted to do it, and I do it 3 times. Then Sean's like, Brian's like, well, I guess that's what I'm getting.
Can I just say that the funniest part for me was when you had to direct, which one was it, the unicorn skit? And you had Sean with his pants down, but you didn't catch it in the first take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were shooting from the waist up.
I was getting him from the waist up, and then Sean unloaded into me.
Yeah,
because he was just like,
what was
what?
the whole point?
Why are my pants off? Like what? Like I've been sitting on the toilet for the last 20 minutes in my underwear. What was the point?
With 3 dudes.
Yeah.
You know,
At least get it on
highlight of my day.
You know
That's
what?
just how comfortable I feel around you
Yeah.
guys.
I think you had your Ben Affleck moment there with Nick.
I thought it was funny because speaking of which, I had the same conversation with Monica because when I slept over, we had like a family sleepover with her niece, nephew, and everybody was watching movies and making food. I came over after podcast, so everybody was already asleep.
Oh yeah,
I showed up. I told him, and then I had to sleep in this twin bed, super tiny. And late at night, I got there, fell asleep. Her niece and nephew tried to wake me up. They were walking into the room and they were like, "Oh, let's wake up Nick." The door that leads into the room is the creakiest door in the world. Like literally, as soon as they opened it, it just went, and it woke me up. And I could hear them going like, "Jump on him, jump on Nick." Like,
Make the pillow.
yeah.
I'll get the blanket.
Yeah.
We can kill him together.
And Monica is recording them as they're coming in. Like she's recording them as they're coming in, and like they don't know how should we do it? Like how should we scare them? Everything else.
How old are these kids?
4 and 9.
Okay, so what you do next? Let's see. What do you do next?
Oh, so 4 and 9, I can hear them coming. So in my head, I went, I'm gonna scare them. Like I'm gonna turn the tables on them, and it's gonna be hilarious. So there, I can feel one of their hands touch the bed, and I'm like, oh, they're close enough. I got them. So I flip over, and I go, ah! And then I didn't realize my fat butt rolled off the bed.
So you're just like,
Oh!
Sleep pantsless?
Huh?
Do you sleep pantsless?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I was shirtless. I was shirtless. That was it.
that's the story of how I'm a registered.
That's how I got on a list. No. It was hilarious because I literally rolled over.
Put a red dot over his head now.
I roll over, I scream, and I'm like, ah! And I fell. And mind you, it's one of their bedrooms, so she has Legos everywhere. Oh, no. So I go catch myself, and all I get is Lego. That's all I get.
Did
all
you break
hear,
a set?
Dude, I
I
just
love how
destroyed.
Monica has this on recording too.
I haven't gotten there yet. I then destroy just all the Legos that are next to me, destroying everything. I'm like a bull in a china shop falling off the bed. Monica starts dying laughing. Her niece and nephew, this is the story they cannot stop telling. Like they literally every single time I go over, they're like, "Can we watch the video?" Like I want to watch it.
So there's a video.
Yeah, there's a video.
Oh, can we have that
we
video?
can have.
Please?
I'll ask Monica and see because it
Might
does
have to
it
edit
does
it in.
Yeah,
because it does have her niece and nephew in it. So I don't know if she wants
Blur them out.
Yeah, we can work on blurring them out. Anyway, Monica went like this when I fell because she was like, I was concerned, and I was like, I fell and you didn't get it on camera? Number 1 rule, get it on camera.
If I'm gonna hurt myself, get it on camera.
Because I completely flopped and like the camera, and right as I'm about to fall, it goes down, and all you hear is ka 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 ka, and then it comes back up, and I'm on the floor.
What's this, Cloverfield? Like,
Arm broken. Other his leg thrown over his neck. He's like, oh! Why are you still recording? Call 911.
And I saw her with the camera, so I was like, oh, great. She has it all on camera. It's going to be great. This is going to be a hilarious thing. And then I watched the footage, and like right as I'm falling, it goes down. So he doesn't even get the fall. And I'm like,
why was she concerned? Was she concerned you were going to expose yourself to children?
No. She was more concerned because where the Legos were was a desk, and it was right where the pillow was.
So were you going to hit your head on the sharp side of the desk?
I was like, the sharp side of the desk was pointed right at my head. But I knew when I was falling, I could see the sharp side of the thing. So I kind of like bent my body and then just slid off the bed and just was able to narrowly miss the edge of the corner.
oh my God.
I want that video.
It's a video that the kids cannot stop talking about. And they keep telling their dad, like, Dad, did you see the video where Nick falls off the bed? And he's like, I saw it 5 times.
Did you see it for the 6th time?
It gets funnier.
Did you see the director's cut?
There's
Did you
an
see the one
edition where Monica had 6 seconds of extra footage? Like,
did you see the one with added features behind the scenes?
It was the first time I've ever gone like, I know your dad has security cameras in his house. Please tell me there's a camera in this room. I
Have you
really
seen the
hope.
one with director's commentary?
it's just Nick being like, that's me. And that's me falling. But my girlfriend didn't capture the fall, though. So that's why she failed. Thank you for watching.
So if we rewind back a couple frames, you can clearly see the point where Monica was in distress. What made you think that? Well, because, you're my
He's just
boyfriend.
ranting. Like, what part was not, viral at this point? I could have been on Tosh.0.
It is a classic. It's a classic. Like if she would have gotten the whole fall and kept it in frame, I could have put it on TikTok.
So
and
what
gotten
you're saying is that
views.
Monica did not make you famous, which
Monica
would have
did
made
not
us
make me-
famous.
Yes.
Which meant we
She
could
heard
have
the
been-
podcast.
She hurt the brand.
Could have gone viral. Could have gone viral, man.
Over Nick, dude. Over Nick. Could have had it.
She's listening right now like, oh my God.
That's 2 weeks in a row where you put Monica on the spot for certain things.
You're welcome.
First, what do you mean? No, you're welcome to me. You're welcome.
Apparently accurate as well, too.
Yeah, I know. First the shrooms, now this.
Yeah.
What's next week?
You
What's
know
up
what?
with Monica next week?
I did have another moment of like a shrooms incident today.
Oh my God.
Because a buddy of mine called me and he was on the phone. Mind you, I was at the office. And the first thing he says, he's like, "What's up, dummy?" And mind you, my phone is super loud. And I'm in the office and everybody can hear because I'm sitting at your desk.
Oh.
I was sitting at your desk, and so everybody around me can hear what's going on. And and mind you, we were packing a bunch of stuff. There's a lot going on. So the first thing he says is, "Hey, we're smoking," and the first thing I thought is it's 420. He means smoking grass, like we're smoking weed. And he goes, "Yeah, dude, we're starting tonight, and then we're gonna continue into Saturday." And I'm like, "That's a lot of weed."
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of weed, man.
Yeah.
And then he keeps on talking, going like, "Yeah, man, if you want to pitch in, give me like $40 and like blah, blah, blah. We can do all this." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm making mashed potatoes and green beans." And he starts talking about food. And I'm like, "Wait, what are we smoking?" And he goes, "Meat. I'm going to be smoking meat." And I'm like, "Oh, I thought you said something else."
Yeah.
And he goes,
I was thinking
What did
something
you-
else.
he's like, "What did you think I was gonna say?" And I'm like, "Oh, I thought you said, are we smoking weed?" And he goes, "Why? Because I'm a pothead?"
Is that a joint, man? That goddamn looks like a quarter pounder, man.
And I go,
That's racist.
"Yeah, honestly." I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of an honest like depiction of you, yeah, man. Like, obviously,
You smoke a lot, man.
You smoke a lot."
Yeah.
People have other hobbies.
No, dude, it's so funny because I have been on Discord with this person, and he's like playing Rivals, and like as he's playing Rivals, all you hear is a blowtorch out of nowhere. And it's just, and all you hear is, and you're like, and then you hear him go, I'm gonna go vault. I'm gonna go top.
We need support.
You guys gotta heal better, man. And like,
The Spider-Man's trash.
I've had it before where it's just a blowtorch in my ear for like a full minute of just blasting. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't hear a single thing that's going on right
So
now.
where are you at?
Save the
Oh,
I just got Jeffed.
You just got chipped.
sorry, I'm gonna cut the story short real quick because I do need to mention again. Moving from weed into this.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of weed,
Speaking.
it's a good drop. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's go. No, Santa Fe Springs Art Festival is happening as of when we release this episode issue. Will be happening Saturday, April 26th.
Yes.
Right, from 3 to 11. The lineup of all guest interviews is up on Instagram, should be up, as well as when the live show will be happening. For now, 5:30, so long as things don't change.
Our live show, 5:30.
5:30.
And in our area, we're also going to be having cosplay competitions. We're going to have
Not a competition. I think
Oh,
it's more of a
displays.
performance. Yeah,
Like
displays and performances from what I've
performances.
seen. So come on over, check them out.
Yeah.
As mentioned before, Primetime Collectibles, Wham Stam, Rafael Navarro,
Juicebox pins.
Juicebox Pins, Wasteland Comics, Super Mesa Brothers, excuse me, Philip Art with Kevin Tran, and I think that's it, right? Might have mentioned.
Wham Sam. Did you say
I
Wham
said
Sam?
Wham Sam. Yeah.
And I think that might be it.
Yeah, because Philip Art and Kevin Tran have their own booths each.
Yes.
Yes. So it's a great lineup. We're very excited. This is gonna be the second time where we've hosted our small little convention area,
This
which is
year,
pretty dope.
free entry as well too.
Free entry. So if you guys are around the area.
Yeah.
It was $15 last time. Now it's free.
Yeah, so they're hoping to have more foot traffic there.
Cool.
And I will tell you guys this: the reason they brought us back is because there was a lot of positive feedback. So
No, we begged.
They were on their
And we
hands,
cried.
knees,
Bryan
breaking
cried.
balls.
He brought his daughter and being like, hey, we
My
need to
daughter,
do it.
she was-
yeah.
my metaphorical daughter at that
No. You brought your wife. That was, and then you just held her belly. And you were like, "Oh,
My daughter will be here.
my daughter will be here.
She
in
will
time.
be born. Like,
Don't make me a disappointment. It's too early."
no, go on.
Yeah. So if you guys end up going, please go and leave positive feedback for us if you guys like the show. And be honest, if we don't do a good job, fine. You know what?
Yeah.
Just don't say anything.
No,
But-
lie.
No, let's just lie.
Lie to me.
But that way, if you guys do want to see us back at Santa Fe Springs Art Festival or any other convention around the area, please let the people know you guys want us there.
Yeah.
But for everyone that attended last year, thank you. For everyone that we hope to see there, thank you so much. And this is going to be the first year you guys get to see Sean.
Yeah,
live.
and also don't
not
be
gonna be in
afraid to
Japan.
come up and talk to us as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear excuses.
No, that happened. That happened last year, and that was really awesome. That was a great interaction.
Yeah.
The fan that came up to us, he was like, "I really appreciate you guys. I really want to get a photo." And we kind of stopped what we were doing,
Yeah.
which was really funny. 'Cause we
Oh,
had
I
a
was
lot-
still working.
Yeah.
You decided to call my ass over, just like, Bryan, drop
It
it.
was a
Get away.
fan.
It was a fan.
I
I'm
know
not-
it was.
I was
It's just
like,
you caught me
I'm
so
like-
off guard. I'm like, what
I'm
am I
like,
doing wrong?
Stop what you're doing.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure that everything runs well.
You're talking to Sarah.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know who you're talking to.
So
We
what?
were talking to someone.
I was talking to
You're talking to
someone
someone.
trying to
You were
make sure everything was
chit-chatting.
good. Yeah.
You were chitting.
Oh, you know what? I think I was talking to Cece.
Yeah,
No,
you were-
Cece was
No,
later
you
on
were
in the
talking to
evening.
Sarah.
You were talking to Sarah.
I was talking to someone. It wasn't Sarah.
All right.
Sure.
Maybe. Who
I
knows?
don't know. We'll see.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Tomato, potato. Yeah.
Tomato, potato. What
Yeah.
the heck?
Yeah.
No, but thank you guys. And please go check us out at Santa Fe Springs Art Festival, April 26th, 3
Yes.
p.m. to 11 p.m.
Yes.
There's a bunch of other people out there as well, so go check it out. Free admission. But yeah, that's about it, as well as With Your Comic Fest, June 22nd.
Yeah.
They're slowly announcing their guests. Congrats to Tattoo
He's gonna be
Junior.
doing tattoos.
Yeah, tattoos over there. That's
he's
a
gonna
big
have
deal.
Flash sale.
Yeah.
And we're at Comic Fest.
oh, nice.
Yeah, he's
they're
their
allowing
official.
him to do tattoos. Yeah.
Sick.
I mean, it's gonna be such a rough thing
might
for him
get a tattoo
taking.
from him.
It's gonna be so
Yeah,
rough
I
for
might
him
go
to
get
like get
something.
all of his
What are you
stuff
gonna
from his
get?
spot and then
Oh,
take
just like
it
an
to
add-on.
the venue.
Right here.
To walk.
That
The
it's-
walk.
I mean, he's gonna hit so much traffic. It's gonna be ridiculous.
I'm going to shout out Tattoo Junior's Instagram for just a second because I keep thinking that, like, that's the thing is that people don't follow him and don't realize that he has great deals when he does conventions.
Oh yeah.
If you guys listen to the show and you guys love tattoo artists and their art
Or supporting.
or supporting them, just know that he has other things up for sale. He's
Yes.
not just going to be doing tattoos. He has stickers, patches, pins. He can do art on like white Vans and different shoes and stuff like that, and do all that sorts of stuff.
Customize me, yeah.
Yes. Here's the thing. If you do not follow his account on Instagram, you will miss out on very good deals. Like what kind of deals? His patches usually sell for like $20.
Yeah.
And he goes on sale for like $12, $15.
12, 10, and then sometimes he'll give you a good deal. It'd be like $5 if you win something, or if you or if you're one of the first people there or something like that.
Yeah.
He does something like that, which is cool.
He also does limited release pins too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those are really awesome. The Godzilla glow in the dark one with the wave that he gave us. That one.
That was nice.
rocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
too scared to put on a bag. I just keep it in its box and display.
same. That way
The box is cool too.
Yeah,
It
the box is
I-
really cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, please go check him out. Whittier Comic Fest, June 22nd. No time yet, but yeah, it'll be at the Rose Gardens in, I don't know if that's Whittier, is it Whittier?
What?
The Rose Garden?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
considered Whittier.
Whittier.
Yes.
Yeah, by the Costco next to.
Where the old shop used to be.
Is that
Undercity
really where
One.
the old shop
Undercity
is?
One.
It's actually like
Right next to it.
It's right behind it.
Is that where Undercity used to be at?
Undercity One, yeah.
Yeah.
Undercity 1? This
Yeah,
is
we used to
Undercity
call
2.
it. Yeah, this is technically Undercity 2. but
2.0 or
we-
just
yeah,
2?
Just 2.
Oh, just 2.
With 200. That's what we do. That's how we called it.
But with all the announcements said, we do have a jam-packed show for you guys. There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot.
lot of stuff.
Big week.
So this is going to be a grab
And
bag.
Bryan watched like 80% of it, so
Yay!
Yeah, I
Good
did.
job, Bryan.
Except one thing.
just one thing.
Yeah.
You failed, and it was a really good movie too.
I know, man. I know, but
The
I can't
one
do
movie
I can't do it. I was so excited to go watch it.
happened with you, Nova King, Mickey 17.
But I
Mad
had to go watch
Sinners.
Minecraft and Screamboat, which is so disappointing.
Yeah.
It's like the two crappy movies. It's
The
like
one, the one, two movies that you were able to go see were as great.
God, man.
I've been kind of the worst. It's
Yeah.
definitely been
Well, we
the
got
worst.
Thunderbolts coming out.
we do,
Yeah.
but it's like I need. That's
Well,
why I watch Sting.
The Accountant. Well, by the time this movie, The Accountant is already out, but as of recording, The Accountant 2 comes out next week. Do you want to go see that?
I haven't seen Accountant, the first one.
You don't.
You're not missing a
You're
lot.
not missing
No?
a lot. Yeah, this one looks a lot different, and it's a different vibe.
I think for the time being, I have to stay home. That's why I said like I can't do those Thursday
Okay.
ones because
No problem.
MJ's been a little bit of a baby, so I have to take care of that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for the most part, I'm glad you guys watch Sinners because I've been hearing nothing but great things
Yeah.
about that film.
Oh, man,
And that's
I
what
can't
you'll
wait to
hear
start that,
later on the show.
Spoilers?
yeah. It's good.
Well, it's good. I mean, we don't need to spoil it because
It's already kind of been spoiled.
Yeah,
with the
because
second
I
trailer
just
that
like
came out.
I will talk more about it
Yeah.
when we get there, but I do like the fact that the trailer didn't show the vampires until like the last trailer that dropped.
that's true.
Which they shouldn't have done that though,
Yeah.
because that second trailer, like Nick has.
We'll
to-
talk- we'll talk
yeah,
about it
We'll
when
talk
we-
about it later.
But we're
Yeah.
going to be talking
Yeah.
about a lot of stuff. So this entire episode or issue is pretty much just comic strips.
Yeah.
yeah, the whole thing is just
Yeah.
called comic strip.
comic strips.
Comic strips.
Comic strip of yours.
Comic strips.
It's the whole episode this time. Sorry, guys. That's how it is.
No,
So-
people like it. We
Yeah,
can-
yeah. Comic strips.
Comic strips.
Comic strip of yours.
Comic strips.
This is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So big thing that happened this week from comic strip.
Comic strips.
Comic strip of yours.
Comic strips.
Comic strips. I can't.
What? What are you doing?
It's not more. It's not more than 15 minutes. We're
No,
gonna-
but
yeah, it's the whole episode.
you
It's,
just confused me because like, the big thing about comic strips.
no. 'Cause
Comic
I
strips.
saw
but in
I
the
saw his
edit,
face.
can you put the graphic every time you say comic strips?
Well, he's doing the edit.
Oh, okay. Can you think you do that
Yeah,
every
you
time he
can.
says comic strips?
Yeah,
Comic
fine.
strips.
Of him just.
yeah.
Oh, the whole Invincible thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same joke.
Okay, you want to try again?
No. Anyway, so first
wants
thing
to
we're
do
gonna
it
go
again.
over. That's gonna go over.
I'll do the second.
First thing that we're gonna go over is Star Wars Celebration was this week. It was it was in Tokyo, and they released several new projects that are going to be developed by Lucasfilm. One of the biggest ones that came out is Star Wars Starfighter.
Yeah,
It would be
Brian's
direct-
Seem
for that
excited,
one.
Brian.
Hell yeah,
Wow.
dude! I love freaking Starfighter movies and Star Wars. That's what I want. That's why I love Rogue One. dude.
Dogfights.
Oh, just give it to me, dude.
Yeah.
That's the one thing in Star Wars for him is X-wings.
It's
yeah.
all
no,
day, every
the
day. baby.
The dogfights are.
I'm
awesome.
super excited about it because Sean Levy joined Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy on stage, and to talk about his brand new movie. And the first thing he went over was he was like, "I want to talk about some of the rumors." He goes, one of the rumors is that Ryan Gosling has been cast in this movie, and I want to make sure that rumor is confirmed. It's absolutely true. And then Ryan Gosling came on stage and was like, yeah, I'm in the movie.
How funny it would have been like, it's not Ryan Gosling.
It's not Ryan Gosling.
It's Ryan Reynolds, everyone.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
And Blake Lively.
And Blake Lively's in it too.
Was that me?
No, that's
Probably.
me.
Just make sure not to hit the record button.
Yeah.
Is it recording still?
Yeah, so recording.
Okay, you're good.
Make sure you cut to your camera.
POV.
So the one thing is that it is going to be all about starfighters. They did say that I can't tell you too much because anything I say you will run with. He continues. This is a standalone
Anything you
adventure.
say,
Fair.
you'll fly away with. It's so much
Stinking
better.
fanboys, you get one little thing and then you frick it all up.
Yeah, ruined it. You ruined it.
You ruined it.
He said this is a standalone adventure set a few years after the events of Episode 9. What that could mean, who knows? We won't say what that means, Filoni added. There are so many rumors, and you want to set the rumors straight.
Got a rumor for you. What if it was an Outer Rim story?
I'd be okay with that.
I want that. After Skeleton Crew, I want that.
Yeah, now that we've kind of done it, Filoni did say that most of the rumors are very inaccurate. He did say that a lot of
Who
the
said
rumors,
that?
Filoni.
Shut up.
Dave
Shut up,
Filoni
Filoni.
did say that.
What
You know what?
do
Let's
you mean?
spread
The one in
rumors.
charge.
Let's
You can't
spread
tell
rumors.
that.
Let's spread
No.
rumors. Let's
No.
just say.
Why?
Let's just spread rumors, dude.
Yeah, make bot accounts on Twitter and just spread rumors.
Right.
You know? Let's see which one gets
Anyone
traction.
will eat him up. Yeah, exactly. Let's think of one right now. Ryan
was us.
Gosling, Stormtrooper. Confirmed to be a Stormtrooper. Ryan
Starfighter.
Gosling confirmed to be a clone trooper.
That
What else?
You just realized what you just said.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, I know. It's just whatever floats. Whatever works. Yeah, whatever works.
Starfighter is scheduled for release May 28th, 2027.
Starfire?
That's
Starfighter.
Fighter.
That's pretty soon.
Is it Star
It's not-
Wars Starfighter?
It's
or-
Star Wars Starfighter.
Okay.
So it's going to be so far what it's called is Star Wars Starfighter.
Say that 5 times.
Star Wars Starfighter, Star Wars Starfighter, Star Wars Starfighter, Star Wars Starfighter, Star Wars Starfighter.
Good job.
Nice.
I feel like
I
if you
want-
said it one more time, you
Star Wars
probably could-
Starfighter.
What if he said it one more time and his head just blew up?
It's like scanners. Oh my god.
That's gonna be fun to put
No,
in.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. In July 2027?
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
May.
May.
May 28th, 2027. That's what's
It is coming soon.
Yeah.
We think it's far away out because it's 2 years, but that's coming by.
But that's
quick.
kind of how we felt for Fantastic Four, and it's in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like when they first were like 2025, we were like, man, it's like a year and a half away, and now we're like a month away
We
from it.
blinked and all of a sudden we're like, ah!
Yeah, now we're there. So
No, you
movie
woke
gets a
up
game.
like from that deep sleep. Oh,
Do you
man.
think the movie will get a tie-in game or like a VR experience?
Fantastic Four?
No, the Starfighter.
We'll probably get like a meta,
We already
a
kind of
meta-
got that with what was that game called?
which one?
Squadrons.
Squadrons.
Mm-hmm.
Squadrons is a good game.
When that come
I
out?
enjoy it.
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2003. 2023.
2003,
2003.
bruh.
I
Jesus,
think that
22
actually-
years ago.
I think that is actually when Star Wars Starfighter came out.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What? No, never mind.
What?
It's. I didn't think about that.
There
Mara
was a,
Jade's gonna be in it.
there was a yeah. He's gonna
Jar Jar
gonna-
Binks is
Jar-
a rebel spy.
Yeah, that's RDJ. Jar Jar Binks is gonna be RDJ.
Misa.
Oh,
Misa don't know what to do. He's like,
Misa different mask.
Misa different
task.
He just takes the mask off and he's like,
But you know what?
Misa.
He's a Sith.
Misa back.
Oh god.
I'm thinking now that I kind of sit on it, it is interesting because Sean Levy is a big adventure guy, so
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
only fitting to kind of see
Well,
what he wants to do with.
I
this.
feel like watching, if you've seen the Adam Project, you know where he can go with something like
Yeah.
that. and
He,
stuff.
he knows how to do dogfights pretty
Yeah.
well too, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty cool. Ryan Gosling is a talent on his own, and
Yeah.
he's amazing when it comes to stunts.
Any
especially
movie,
if you've seen
when
Fall
you
Guy.
go see it. we're
Drive,
gonna
but
see it.
Star Wars.
Oh, that's what I was
I
thinking.
started
That's what I was
rewatching
thinking.
Drive because I remember probably like 10% of that movie. But
you know what's really weird though? It's so interesting because we've never seen anything after 9.
Yeah.
Like everything that's been coming out lately has all been prequel, in between, Empire. Now we're seeing what happened after the fall of the First Order.
Is
What's
Mando
going on?
pre-9?
Huh?
Mando is pre-9, right?
Mando is it's right before it's right after the fall of the Empire.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, 9 is the Skywalker movie.
Yeah.
I forget. I
And
lost
7?
count. Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, never mind.
yeah.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
9 is the Last Jedi.
So we're pushing it into.
I mean, not the Last Jedi, the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker. That's such a weird name because I would think that Rise would be the first one.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Force, but then I forget Force
Did you watch that
Awakens.
video of that guy reassembling the titles of what the story fits to what the title is?
Oh, that video is
Yeah.
old.
It's
dude.
an old
Yeah,
video,
yeah.
but it works. It
Yeah.
does
It
work.
works,
Yeah.
Next is there was a panel on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. It had Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, Pedro Pascal, and Sigourney Weaver. They
Hot.
Smash.
still can
Yeah.
get it. She can still get it.
Jimmy Lee Curtis smashed it.
They were talking about how they devised the story for Mando and Grogu. Filoni quipped that we have a bunch of action figures and we spread them all out across the floor. I'm usually the bad guy and John plays the good guys. And that's how we came up with the story.
Cool. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, same.
That
This
sounds
is the
fun.
end of
That
Grogu.
sounds like a
I
really
have
fun,
faith.
creative process.
Yeah, then John Favreau added, he said he's like the older brother that won't let us play with certain toys.
Dave Filoni?
Yeah, that Dave Filoni won't.
No, it's a collectible.
It feels
Don't
like
break that.
it feels like all the things we did when we were younger. It's the funnest job you can imagine.
That's cool. They basically did what Robert Rodriguez did for that one episode of The Mando.
I feel like that's a great way of figuring out how a Star Wars story could work. Because
Actually,
it's your
Shang-Chi did
imagination.
that too.
Shang-Chi also did
Yeah.
action figures as well to set up some of the action scenes.
You've seen the movie, right? So you know that skyscraper scene with the helicopter?
Yeah.
That was shot with props. So someone actually like just did little popsicle stick things, and then they flew the helicopter as how they wanted to shoot it when they actually did it. It was pretty cool.
The director of that fight scene is directing the new Spider-Man movie.
Wow, which one?
Not John Watts, right?
Yeah.
John Watts?
No, the guy that directed that choreography scene.
Yeah.
He is
For
directing.
Shang-Chi?
Yeah. He is going to be directing the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Also, while they were talking about it during the panel, there were a few images that came on. There was an image of Din Djarin and Grogu walking with Star Wars Rebels' favorite Zeb. It's the blue alien from Star Wars Rebels. They also had footage of Mando in an AT-AT control booth.
Oh.
Does Grogu die?
I don't know. Maybe.
Hope so.
But
I think eventually has to because he doesn't we don't
Something-
care about him further. Like,
Yeah, it's one of the, but it's also kind of like Cal Kestis. Like if you play,
yeah.
if you played
Yeah.
Survivor, it's like, oh well, whatever happened to Cal Kestis, and then you find out that he went to a different galaxy,
Yeah.
and that's why we haven't heard from him. in all
Well,
the
I mean,
others.
Grogu, that's the thing is that Grogu is central to this story. And like all jokes aside, he's central to the story, but I feel like the Mando story hasn't touched much of the main story that we've been seeing in the movies. So it's not like it's really affecting anything if Grogu like appears or doesn't or whatever happens to him in this movie. So I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end. Live or
knows?
die. If he lives, cool, then we'll probably see him in the next trilogy.
We'll see him somewhere.
Yeah. Speaking about the next
if it-
trilogy.
Yeah.
There was talk of a next trilogy. As of right now, it is being helmed, and Daisy Ridley is set to come back. There is no timeline on it.
Okay.
It was the same. Which is also the same thing that they said at the last celebration. As well.
So with that piece of information of Daisy Ridley coming back but no timeline being set, she's probably not going to be the main protagonist in this trilogy.
You know what? If the torch is passed onto a new like Jedi or whatever it is, or whatever the trilogy wants to be. I mean, that's the thing though, is that we don't have to make the trilogy about the Skywalkers.
No, we don't. Well,
because she's a Skywalker.
didn't Kennedy already say that the Skywalker saga is over?
It's over. So you can make the trilogy about whatever you want. You can have it take place years after the fall of the First Order, and you could do an entirely other thing. Like you can do like an alien species is invading, and they're gonna have to defend against it, or what was it? You have like a rogue military that's coming up from like the bandits. I mean, or the mercenaries and everything else. You have pirates that are attacking everybody and forming an army. There's so many other stories that you can do than just the same thing.
Yeah.
There isn't always an empire.
Or Empire-esque.
Yeah, or an Empire-esque. And I think that if they went that route, people would be a little more...
Breath of fresh air.
I
think that would really work for the franchise too, considering like where it is in its life cycle.
Not only that, but also some of the best comics come from that too.
Yeah.
Some of the better comics and Legends is when it's not about the Empire. It's not about like, the Emperor and everything else. It's about like, there was like these aliens that are coming from a different galaxy, and they're just marauders that are just attacking, and the Jedi have to deal with it. Like, because the Jedi have never had to deal with this. How do we do? What do we do? And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, Lights and Magic Season 2 has been revealed. It's going to be going over the special effects over the T-Rexes, focusing on Twister, Pirates of the Caribbean, and also the Star Wars prequel trilogy.
Twister the movie?
Twister the movie, because ILM worked on it.
Disney Plus was already advertising season 2 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah. So they're going to be doing a season 2 of Lights and Magic, which is going to be all about the special effects.
Nice.
Awesome.
Good.
I'm going to watch that.
Yeah.
I love special effects.
Special effects are amazing.
Yeah. That's why I love Universal more.
Huh?
That's why I love Universal Studios more.
Yeah. Yeah. The special
Behind
effects
the scenes, like the backdraft, the
tram?
I love the backstage view. I think it's also really cool too, like during that tour where they're like, hey, we can actually go onto a set that's recording right now.
What is wrong with me?
You can't be on this side, apparently.
I can't. My foot keeps crashing to the middle table. My bad.
Are you kicking it? Like,
Yeah,
what
I'm
are you
kicking it.
doing?
Yeah, because my leg. I have long legs, dude.
Well, because there's a leg right there.
Yeah.
You giant.
Sorry, dude.
So,
Have you done the Warner Brothers tour?
No, I've wanted to though.
It's
I
good.
haven't
I would
done.
like to.
I want to do it too. Like go through the whole like Batman thing, go through everything else. I've been wanting to do it. I think it's only like $100.
Really?
Less.
Is it?
Less. I bought tickets for Andy a couple years ago when they did the Gilmore Girls.
But
thing.
that was only the Gilmore Girls.
No,
set, wasn't it?
No,
Or
it
the
was
whole
everything.
thing?
I got to see the Batman setup where they had the tumbler, the light. We went through the Friends stage. We went through see the back. Or the Big
Okay,
Bang
how much
Theory
was it?
stage. I think total I paid.
Can you put the camera down and then answer?
It's gonna be hell to edit. That's why.
There you go.
Is that the
You can-
angle
you
you
can keep
want to stick
talking.
with?
How much was it?
Okay.
Less than 150
Okay.
for both.
Is there if there's a VIP experience for it, I would like where they can take you onto a set that's currently active or something.
I would do it.
Well, that's the thing is that the route that we did, we paid because there was like a VIP thing, but I think it's specifically aimed towards the theme of what they're doing. So I know a couple years back they did Gilmore Girls in the winter, so you got to eat.
That's during Christmas.
Yeah, that's during Christmas.
You know, I propose this instead. Instead of the Warner Brothers backlot tour, how about we do the Legacy Effects / Stan Winston Studios, where they did like Terminator.
That'd be pretty sick.
I would prefer to go there.
What about Paramount?
No.
What about Paramount?
I would go to the Stan Winston one first because I first want to actually work there. At one point in my life, I wanted to do special effects and stuff, and I had a buddy who was working there, and I just never followed through with it.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I heard the Paramount tour lets you sit in the captain's chair on the Enterprise.
Yeah, that is
Really?
pretty cool.
You could also do that in Vegas when they had the Star Trek
They
experience.
did.
Yeah.
I think I've sat in the captain's chair.
Yeah.
Because
Did you take
it was in
captain's
Vegas.
log?
Yeah.
Did you do a captain's log?
Yeah, I gave it a Sulu.
Hello.
What was it? Just to continue, there was a panel on the 20 years of Lucasfilm animation. Dave Filoni and Vice President Athena Yeti Portillo we're talking about all the animations and what was coming next. They then unveiled Star Wars Maul, Shadow Lord, to the crowd. They also unveiled that the voice of Maul will be Sam Witwer, who vows to get revenge on so the plot of the show is set during the times of the Empire. A deposed and dejected Maul, voiced by Sam Witwer, vows to get revenge on the criminals who benefited from his misfortune. He also sets out to take on a new apprentice, a young Twi'lek he seemingly met before. Both developments may lead to his position as leader of the Crimson Dawn Syndicate, as glimpsed in Solo: A Star Wars Story.
Okay.
So they're putting together some key points that has happened. It's also planning on kind of touching on the really cool, after credit scene for Solo: A Star Wars Story, because I think that was like the one thing where everybody was like, you need to see Solo just for that after credit scene. And then they were talking about it as well. It's going to be the same studio that worked on Star Wars: The Clone Wars and Bad Batch, and also like all the other Star Wars animation that's been coming out.
Not
Nice.
bad. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Yeah,
On the latest.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam
My
Witwer
nipples are
coming
hard.
back. They also said that Sam Witwer has been having.
You forgot to lick your fingers on that one. There you go.
Doing the Austin Powers thing.
When they revealed that it was Sam Witwer took to the stage and said in Maul's voice, "Run it again." So that's
awesome.
gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, and then Andor, A Star Wars Story celebrates a victory lap for season 2. Apparently, it's already getting rave reviews, and they are already celebrating it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to get a new third season. They did also confirm that K2S2 will be in the season. Alan Tudyk returning as K2S2.
Nice. Not bad. You
I'm
can only
excited
do
for
so
this.
many seasons of Andor though before Rogue One.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care for Andor, but I'm glad it's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy said the same thing because she's just like, there's so many Star Wars projects that come out that just kind of die. And it's because, I don't know. For me, I've always felt like Star Wars kind of went through the Marvel phase of like just pumping stuff out just to
Yeah.
get things
Yeah.
out.
Pump and dump.
Yeah.
Pump and dump.
And it's
Pump and
like,
dump.
yeah.
It's a pump and dump scheme.
Yeah. So, and I told her, I'm like, I do, because she's happy. She's sad that the Mandalorian, the Grogu is ending with this movie because she wanted another season. But she's also understanding that this show went 4 seasons.
It went 4 seasons, but also we don't know that it ends here.
I'm hoping it does.
The thing is that we don't, because so far they have Ahsoka season 2 coming out. They've already said Ahsoka season 2 is in the works. They're working on it. Everything else, Mando and Grogu is happening, and they're going to be working with the New Republic to kind of deal with what's going on with Thrawn. What Filoni says he wants like a giant team up movie.
Yeah, that's fine. But and the Mandalorian.
That's not because Ahsoka hasn't come back yet.
No, but if you end the Mandalorian with this, and you just have the Mandalorian and Grogu make appearances and have like a season, kind of like the Book of Boba Fett, where it's just a giant team up movie or series, I'm fine with that. But to keep making seasons of the Mandalorian.
Well, I mean, the show ended perfectly. I love just seeing Mando have his own little plot of land, and he just watches Grogu grow up. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. It ended well.
By the time he's like, 5, Mando will be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time
By the
that
time he
Grogu
reaches,
adulthood,
teenagehood.
before
He'll
he
be a
gets to his
skeleton.
terrible 100s,
Yeah.
Mando's
6
dead.
feet under.
when do you think Yoda's like species talks? Like when it's like no more like groaning, because he was 900 when he died.
No, wasn't he? Oh, 900, but they found him at 50, right?
I thought he was 100 years old.
No.
No, they said that Grogu was 50,
Yeah.
and he's still a baby. So what is he now? He still can't
So
talk.
to be able to talk, if 50 means that he's still an infant,
Yeah.
kids learn how to talk or at least babble at like 8 months, 6 to 8 months.
So yeah, like 3 more months until your daughter starts talking back.
I think not talking back, but at least starts to like laugh and grunt. I would probably say maybe a good 50 to 60 years before Grogu starts talking to Mando.
So Mando will be
Probably.
long dead.
Yeah.
You never get to see. You never
As
get
Mando
to
lays dying on his bed, Grogu comes up to him and goes,
Daddy,
Daddy.
Daddy.
I don't get why they don't give Grogu a text-to-speech box. It's Star Wars.
Like
Like give him a
Doug?
thing to
Well, they
like.
kind of did that
type
in
into-
the last season when
I didn't see. Season
oh,
four.
yeah, that was annoying.
Oh, it was?
because he has a button that says no, and he just goes no,
Oh,
no, no.
Yeah, they did do that. But
Yeah.
there is a bunch of species that like there's a lot of like fish species
Mm-hmm.
that they have a translator, and it'll and then it will translate out into.
But I don't think he's speaking
else.
anything.
He's
so
not.
There's no thing to translate.
Yeah, but he has an understanding of what's going on around
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he has understanding of a button that says no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like a
Or when,
4-year-old.
when Mando
Little piece
tells
of
him
crap,
to like
dude.
not hold back.
That's why I
and,
hate
you
him.
know.
I hated that season. Not that I hated that season, but I hated him for that.
What?
Just having to know. That's why
Oh,
when
just saying no.
Yeah, that's why in that
Imagine
one
that's MJ's
episode
first
where
word.
they
I need to find a no button and give it to MJ. That'd be hilarious.
Why do you think she's gonna be a Grogu for me? She's not, dude.
Because that's your life.
What do you mean that's my
That's
life?
just
That's not my life.
That's the luck of your life.
No. I
What
think-
if MJ starts taking into Nick's pranks and starts doing that to you?
I'd laugh.
Yeah.
I think I'd laugh. Yeah. She'd have to really, really buy into like Nick's jokes. Either
I'm in.
I think one or two.
I mean,
things is
I'd have to
gonna
meet her first, but
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to meet her first. And still do this.
I know.
Going on a week after
Yeah.
we talked about it.
I know.
It's been
Send
over.
me
Art
Yeah.
Fest right around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Art
I'm
Fest
just
is
saying it's
coming
been
up.
over an hour and a half. That's.
And we're gonna see each other next week
next week. Yeah, right.
I'm gonna see
at
her.
Art Fest.
I know I'm gonna see her. I know for a fact I'm gonna see her in a week.
Yeah.
So that's on you. That's on you.
After seeing my nephew
Yeah.
act the way he does when people prank his mom, I can only imagine MJ like getting really mad at Nick if Nick is mean to me. You sure about that?
Yeah, she'll be
What are you
into
gonna do if she actually starts crying to you, going just like, "Why are you being mean to him?" What?
Because your dad's a bitch.
I'm gonna be like, don't be weak.
Don't be weak. Jesus
Don't show
Christ.
weakness.
All right.
This is why we do this.
For what?
So that way, when she gets punked at school, she knows
Oh
what
no,
to do.
I'm gonna put her in Krav Maga.
That's not how that works.
What do you
that's
mean?
because that's just like
You're lame.
yeah.
No,
you
no. Yeah, that's
'cause
wrong.
it's-
There, she's not throwing punches.
She's
She's going for a grapple and then pop the
just
arm out of the socket.
and then just
Yeah,
breaking her
yeah.
neck.
Make a statement.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you're fat." And turn around.
Oh God.
Well, you're limp.
Daughter.
You're limp. What are you gonna do about it?
You're fat. And she goes like, "Well, you're dead."
Teacher, I can't feel my legs. My legs are cold. Teacher, what she do? I'm scared.
My legs are numb.
My big toe can't move.
I don't know why I want her like as an infant to walk like a bodybuilder. It's just like the chest out and just
Yeah.
She probably will.
The aura on that child. She's gonna be like Baki. Oh my God. Teach her Krav Maga. Teach her so much more.
just jacked, just so jacked.
Put Tekken gameplay in front of her and be like, "You're gonna learn all these fighting styles, all right? Boxing, Krav Maga."
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
That sounds like a fun kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's fine.
I mean, she's a serial killer, but yeah,
Make
she's
money off her.
just going around the wayside. just
Generational
shitting
trauma
people
stops with me.
Yeah, she's just
Exactly.
just
Turn her
snapping
into a
people's necks.
weapon.
That's all she's doing.
Show her Terminator at a young age, being like, "That's what you got to be."
Leon the professional.
There you go.
I kind of want her to be like Ghostbusters, where she's like, "Are you the key maker?" Just asking over and over again, and as soon as somebody goes, "I am," now you're not.
All right, what's the next piece of news?
Next piece of news. We're done with Star Wars news for the most part. That's pretty much like the biggest things that kind of came out from Star Wars. The only other thing was that they're going to be doing Tales of the Underworld, which is going to be short little anthology things about the underworld and like the villains in Star Wars. It's going to be kind of like Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire.
I'm looking forward for that.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
sounds
Going to
cool.
be pretty cool. Next, The Last of Us. season 2, episode 1.
Before we get into this,
Yes.
let's not spoil what happens in the games.
Yes.
Because there's
That
apparently
will.
a lot of people that watch the show,
Yeah.
which is great,
Have not seen anything.
that don't know. They just know that
No
something's
way.
bad. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, there
yeah.
is. Oh yeah. There
No,
is.
it's
What a
it's
pleasant
definitely.
surprise
I have a
for
friend.
them.
Oh, no. Like, everyone
I have
knows.
a friend that texts me when Last of Us comes on, and she told me like, "Oh, I'm super excited for this new season and stuff." I'm like,
Who's
"Okay,
Abby?
cool." Yeah, and then she goes like, "Oh, is Abby an important character in the story?" I go, "Yeah, she does
She's pretty
become like
good.
a key point. Just watch the season.
Just be
And
ready.
That's it.
I'm
I haven't had the heart to tell her that Paige was gonna make an exit in the series at some point. Like,
Let's just say there's a golf club.
See,
That's
here-
all I'm gonna say.
No,
So-
let's just without spoiling
Yeah.
without
No,
spoiling it. But
I
yeah.
I know what I really do think is interesting though is because Renee was mentioning it and I did look it up. They did say that Pedro Pascal has one more season. At
Well-
least apparently he's in this season.
So
completely.
I'm going to say this, that the last, because I watched it yesterday with Renee here. I don't want it to follow the path of The Walking Dead where we know what's going to happen
And it goes step by step.
and it goes step by step. But not just that, it just doesn't mean anything. Like Glenn's death in The Walking Dead was impactful, but we were so just tired of seeing death every single episode that it just kind of didn't have the same impact. In this one, if you know, you know. And I feel like, the way the story goes, you can kind of see which characters are going to bite the dust at some point because the inevitable, horde is coming, right? It's just make it mean something, just like the first episode did in season 1.
Yeah.
well, that's why they said in this season they want to take the chance of going deeper into Joel and Ellie's relationship before certain events happen.
I wouldn't mind because I did feel that should be something is that Joel gets captured and taken to Seattle.
Oh, and that's the finale.
And
of
that's the
Yeah.
that's the journey that we're going to
Oh.
be going on is Joel in Seattle and then Ellie making her way to Seattle and then her following them and then dealing with everybody else to then get to that point because that way you still get a little bit more Joel. You can then still have some more stuff with all the other characters and kind of dealing with whatever they're dealing with, and then you also have this tension that you're holding because you're like, oh well. At some point, they're gonna meet. Like her and Joel are gonna meet again in Seattle, and you can hold that tension all throughout the season.
Yeah.
And then because it was a season where they're together, and then now it's a season where they're apart.
Yeah.
Speaking about this first episode of the season, I just find it real funny that they had to do that time skip. One, because I think it happens in the games, right? Where from
It
1
is.
to 2,
Yeah.
yeah. But also because when they do the last scene of the last episode of season 1, Bella Ramsey's so young,
Yeah.
and then you see her in episode 1 of season 2,
Yeah.
and she's a lot more mature. That's like, that makes sense why you do that.
Yeah.
I love the way this episode was shot.
Oh yes,
yeah.
with the scene when Ellie falls through the floor and goes into the store level, and the scene where I guess it's like an early clicker or maybe a new mutation. Is it Hunter?
It's the Hunter.
Okay. And the way it's shot when Ellie is walking, and it's like that last second right before the frame is about to close in with Ellie, you see just movement in the background, like last minute.
You saw the episode, right?
No, not
No,
yet.
you haven't?
I got rid of my Max for
Oh, okay.
Plus.
Gotcha. So to me, what I enjoyed so much about it is that, especially with like kind of suspense in horror, when you do those transitions,
Yeah.
the stereotypical thing to do when it comes to that is you show the person or creature moving in the background with enough in frame that you won't miss it. That is done to the point where it's literally maybe 6 or 7 frames, and Ellie's walking past the shelf, and you just see the Hunter go.
Oh, Monica
And that's
was being tortured
Really?
because we actually did it because my brother hadn't been to our new apartment yet. So Justin was like, I want to see the new place. And I go, okay, cool. And he goes, are we going to watch The Last of Us? I go, well, we're still unpacking. We're still putting everything together. And he goes, well, me and Jonah will go over and we'll watch The Last of Us with you guys, you know? And so we were like, all right, sounds good. So Justin came over, watched The Last of Us, in which Monica was like, your brother can talk.
Oh yeah, because he was
'Cause-
doing that too for Five Nights at Freddy's as well.
Yeah, he was talking a lot, but no, it was one of those things of like he came over. Also, he's so addicted to his vape. Like like you guys are like you're addicted to your vapes,
Yeah.
but you can spend an
I am.
hour and a half without doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't. He had to like keep
Oh.
walking to the front door and blowing it straight out through through the front door. And
Oh,
he
you
was
can't
just,
vape in the house or the apartment.
We're not there yet. We haven't gotten there yet to like
Okay.
vape in the house. We're still kind of like, do we? Everything else. But yeah, so we ended up staying up until like probably like almost one or two.
Wow.
Because like after the show ended, Justin was just talking
Yeah.
and Monica was like, "Get them out of my house."
Faux pas.
No,
funny.
she loves them to death, but she was just like, man, staying up really. Like,
Oh, I
the next
thought you
morning,
said. I
No,
thought
it's just the fact that you're staying up late and then you're tired.
because she had to be up at 7.
Yeah.
and she was and Justin had to be up at 2
Yeah.
to go to work.
2 in the morning.
2 in the afternoon.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I was like 2 in the morning. Jesus, and
I go,
you guys left
go
that
to
one.
work in an hour.
Yeah.
No,
I thought you meant that Monica was just dying because of the whole
But the tension.
Hunter.
No, yeah, the tension in it. She was sitting on the couch and like you could see her just like kind of like crunching up into a ball.
Yeah.
Every single time you saw it at the corner of the screen,
Yeah.
she was like waiting for it, and then like right as it was passing, you would just see like a little tiny image go across.
It was
She
like 6-7 frames.
yeah,
That's
it
like
was,
so well done.
I like
It was
that.
really well
But
done.
I like when they do that now.
It wasn't short enough that you couldn't tell what it is. You
Yeah.
could tell what it was.
Yeah.
It's just so quick, so
also,
well done.
Isabella Merced, this is a big year for her. This is a really big year.
Isabella Merced,
She is Dina.
the love interest.
Her
Or-
love,
Yeah.
yes,
The girl- yeah.
her love interest. She's
The girl she
also
likes.
she's also going to be Hawk Girl inside of
Oh.
James Gunn's Superman.
Dang, I forgot about
This
that.
is a pretty big year for her.
Good
Agent's
for
doing-
her.
Doing good for her.
Yeah.
She has a-
Overall,
she was also an Alien Romulus.
Oh, she was?
She was the
She was Kay.
sister. She was the sister.
she was.
She was Kay.
Was she the pregnant one?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Isabella Merced.
Yep. That was her.
It's been a big year for her.
Good for her.
Or
Yeah.
that was technically
Yeah.
last year, but yes, it's been a big
Yeah.
busy.
It's been a good couple of years.
yeah. Her star is definitely climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Dora the Explorer, the last
Wild.
city of gold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
From Dora
Oh, yeah.
the Explorer to exploring the depths of space to now surviving the fungal apocalypse.
Yeah.
What's next for
It's
her?
that is so
Should we
hilarious.
go inside? Do you hear a clicker?
You know what? If they were to do a little tiny TV short and it was her playing Dora the Explorer
Oh,
at the
God.
end of the world,
Let's hope they do that for SNL.
that would
If
be
she hosts
so
SNL.
I
cool.
don't think. Oh,
I see that.
If I was writing in SNL, I would write that.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? I'm excited because probably maybe sometime around when Superman's coming out,
Oh yeah.
maybe that'll be when they when she
No,
gets
they
on
won't
there.
get
Well, I
her.
think I think when this season wraps up,
I mean,
everyone's
they got
gonna know her
Trisha
now.
Paytas.
Huh?
You said they won't get her, but I mean, they had Trisha
No,
Paytas.
what I mean is that if they release Superman, they're not going to go for her, which is a shame. They'll probably go for Corn Sweat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. After this season of The Last of Us, her character is gonna progress more
Yeah.
with Ellie.
Oh,
So.
but in also her star is growing. Like she's getting more roles. She's getting everything. She's doing so much. That
She's a great actress.
She is. She's a very very good actress.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that she's excelling.
What I will say about her is that I like the fact that she's not stuck in a role where you can kind of see.
Like Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jenna
I don't want to
Ortega
be mean, but yeah.
Jenna Ortega definitely has been typecast.
She's
Yeah,
the new
that's
Michael
what it is,
Cera.
typecast, yeah.
She's like the new Michael Cera right now.
Who?
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say no. Isabella Merced, because like she's had multiple different roles. Like I didn't even realize. I forgot she was in Romulus. To what she does in The Last of Us, 2 different characters.
Yeah, she's also in one of my favorite family movies, Instant Family.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
But no, only the 3 of us ended up watching The Last of Us. You, me, except you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's good. I will say though, I do feel that Last of Us is one of those shows that once it all comes out, it's a solid binge. So I mean, even if you wait all the way until the end, it's a really good binge.
I can. Well, we have so many things we're watching right now.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
so
We're
many
all in
things.
that.
Did you finish
But-
Buffy?
We had a little Buffy fatigue because after the 4th season,
It's rough.
It's rough, and
Yeah.
I
Adam,
now we're watching.
Adam is a terrible villain.
He is. It's so dumb.
I told you.
So
I
dumb.
told you, Alan. Adam is a terrible villain.
And just also how they wrote Buffy for that entire season. So
She's really
dumb.
Yeah, she's kind of a moron.
Ugh.
Besides that,
Yeah.
Daredevil. Daredevil completed its first season of Born Again. Did we all watch that?
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
everybody-
yeah.
everybody-
I've seen 2 episodes.
You've seen 2
Technically,
episodes?
technically, it completed half of what it was supposed to be.
Well, this
It's
is
one
season
season.
1. And then they're listing the next season as season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I said was absolutely correct. You didn't need to correct me.
No, I'm not correcting you. I just find it funny. I find it funny because I was watching the season finale of this one. You can tell the clear split of like, oh, this could have gone on. It's 18 episodes. So no, I'm not correcting you. It's just funny to me how it ended.
It does feel kind of like a mid-season finale.
Yeah.
Yes,
It does-
that's what it. Yeah, exactly.
It did. I can see it being like, oh yeah, if you were to go like in 2 months, it's kind of like the end of The Rookie.
Yeah.
When you get to that like mid-season finale where they're just like, there's a bomb on the bus.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen when we come back? And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, cool.
But it's the biggest complaint that I heard. Well, 2 big complaints about this season was that Vincent D'Onofrio didn't do a good job as the Kingpin, and the second complaint that I heard a lot of on the internet was that we didn't get Matt Murdock in the suit quick enough.
I feel like people are morons, so that's fine too.
No, and 100% I agree with you in that sense because we got a good Kingpin. We got the great Kingpin at the end of the season.
I feel that D'Onofrio. I feel like Wilson Fisk is doing the greatest job because Wilson Fisk is playing a character himself. He's playing the mayor of New York.
Yeah.
And he's really the Kingpin.
Yeah.
And everything he's doing, nobody really knows why he's doing these things, and you don't really know why he's in this situation. Why go for being mayor? This makes no sense. Why are we doing this? And nobody's really answering these questions. And then once we get to like this season finale, you were like, oh, you played us. You played everybody.
Yeah.
Did he really play people though? Because I felt like the whole time he just didn't know who he was. Because I didn't see an actual manifestation of who he was until the end, until Adam dies.
He's had a game plan of what he's wanted
Yes.
to do. That's the thing. There was a goal.
There was.
But to get to the goal, he realized he had to kind of go back to his Kingpin ways
Because
to finally achieve what he's been wanting to do.
Because remember, in episode 2, that's when he brings up the ports.
Yeah.
He immediately brought up the ports.
Yeah.
But wasn't the ports already an idea before he had the idea of the ports? Because Vanessa was the one that was using the ports to basically store the art pieces?
That was already where he was. That was already where Fisk was hiding stuff, and then she was using his hiding spots. And that was also where she was conducting all of her meetings.
Yeah.
That's how he knew where it was. Because she was just using the facilities that he had already structured. And then she was just building on what he had already built.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's why as soon as the season starts, I think even in season 2, I think in episode 2, he's already mentioning, oh, I want to like build up the ports. And
Season 2 of the Netflix.
No,
Or
No,
second
of the
episode.
second
Second
episode.
episode, sorry.
Yeah.
second episode I meant. I think he already brought up the ports.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, because
yes.
it gets shut down because they have to take like proper channels. They have to run through the city to go and do it.
And then that's where
he thought he could have just been like, do
Ports.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then- but that
So
was
did
it.
the bullet that he got to the head actually change him if he ended up becoming what he becomes?
Are you
in
talking
the
about
end?
Hawkeye?
No, he's talking
Or-
about an echo.
An echo.
Oh,
how
it-
he gets the bullet to the head.
Oh.
And it's also referenced, like him and Matt sit down in the diner and he's like, I too have had something done. Like, because he's referencing the bullet
He has
that he got.
He has a prosthetic. It's like a prosthetic eye that he gets. It's like
No, it gets healed in
no.
Echo.
does it get healed?
Yeah,
Echo?
that was the bizarre thing because I think New Rockstars did the whole timeline of every Daredevil season, and then because I never finished Echo, but I think towards the end of it, he gets healed using like ancestral power or something like that.
Yeah, she has ancestral native powers that she used to heal him.
Okay.
But she put his hands on him and
Yes.
that purged. So did that even really? Did it work, or was it just him even playing her?
I think
Or did it really happen?
I feel like the argument could be made
Yeah,
that he was playing everybody. It's the Kingpin,
yeah, because
So
that's
he was acting when she did the power thing. So she really didn't have powers that healed him.
I think she did have powers that healed him, but I think it healed the physical and not the not the underlayer.
Not the stuff.
Yeah.
Not the stuff that makes everything click.
Not the other stuff. I think it just healed his face. And it
Yeah,
healed
because
his
in the
moments.
show he comes back from like a hiatus on his own that he kind of put, and then it was like, yeah, I had to come back to you because I
You
was
actually do have
broken.
a really good Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
He's all like,
Your Vincent D'Onofrio is really good.
I just hear it and I'm just like, that's how I put it back in my head. He's like, I just had to come back to you,
It's good.
until I was healed and now I'm ready. But I have certain things that I need to do.
It's because he knows how to sell his head.
He does.
Yeah, because he has
Yeah.
the same thing.
Hey, listen, all we got to do is shave his head.
That'd be a great costume.
Yeah, we just got to shave you. That's it. Shave everything.
So watching
Everything.
wax everything,
Yeah, wax it?
wax it off.
That's a video.
No, that's a video.
Only
Waxing Renee.
So I don't. Okay, I found this really funny that Andy and I thought the same thing for the second to last episode of Daredevil, which is when Wilson Fisk takes Vanessa to his little dungeon. And he gives Vanessa the choice of like either set Adam free and like basically show me that you're not committed to this marriage, or finish the job for me to show me that you want to be here. And so when he ends up killing Adam, or she ends up killing Adam, I turn to Andy and go like,
Yes. Really?
ah.
No.
So when she ends up killing Adam, I turn to Andy and go like, why was that kind of like really romantic in an evil way? And she's like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And she turns around and she goes like, what's a better relationship, Wilson Fisk and Vanessa, or is Joker and Harley? I'm like, no, Joker and Harley is just no substance. This is like actually
No,
romantic.
Joker and Harley's a terrible relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
has actual substance. Like this is like believable.
No, because
That's a red flag when I hear somebody
Joker
say
and
like,
Harley.
I want my
Yeah.
Joker to my. I'm like,
It just like when I think of Joker and Harley, it just reminds me of like a drug addict couple.
yeah.
yeah.
Very toxic. They really shouldn't be together, but they're just together anyways.
You know,
Yeah,
you know
they're
what? You know,
tweakers.
you know what it always reminds me of, because I've been watching Shameless. It's any relationship Frank's in.
Yes! Oh my god! So
It's
really-
any
really
relationship Frank's in.
Really quick, me and Mandy are watching Shameless. We
So am
just hit season, I think, 7, where Fiona buys the laundromat.
Okay.
I'm in the same place.
We're like at neck and neck. Yeah.
I just got to. They find out about the Russian husband.
Okay,
Oh,
that's where.
okay.
Yeah, we just
Okay,
finished that
that's-
episode. Yeah.
we just got, and that was rough because we had just gotten there, and then it was continuing, and then I had to go see Sinners, and I was kind of like, I can miss Sinners, like, and then Monica goes,
Is that what you said? So what's the plan tonight?
that was when I sent that text message. That was very much
See,
when
that's
sent
when
that text
I
message.
put it together too.
Yeah, I was like, oh hey, like if we're not going,
yeah.
I'm okay with it. I can watch Shameless.
You know what? I was gonna say that too, but I was like, wow, maybe we should go see it. I go,
Maybe we should go see this
Yeah.
movie. I feel like being in that world of like
Yeah.
Shameless, hardcore. Any
Yeah,
relationship
Frank-
Frank is
and
in.
you guys
actually
No, Frank has the doctor.
I've seen it
and I think that
before.
was a good
Mandy
one.
is Nazin,
Huh?
and
The
he's just
doctor with
rewatching
cancer.
it with Monica. I
Okay.
think.
No,
Yeah.
because now that's just the roles reversed, where she's doing everything and he's just enabling her
Wait, what are you talking about?
in Shameless.
Oh,
Okay, true.
Like she doesn't actually like Frank. He just helps enable her.
I know. I feel like they did have something.
She's his
because
guy.
So we're
to a point when they're at the beach and they're living together. I feel like that's when it really does a change for the both of them.
for who?
For Frank and the doctor that has cancer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like that's probably the most endearing relationship we
Man,
see
yeah,
with Frank.
Mandy really liked Frank in that storyline.
Yeah.
Not Monica too.
Oh God,
Oh Jesus!
dang,
Monica.
yeah.
No, Monica too. Dolores.
Oh, Monica too. Remember when he starts his second family?
when he starts the new Gallaghers?
Yeah.
Sorry, we went into Shameless talk.
Yeah.
I know. We should really.
Yeah, we should really get back to
We'll
where
talk
we
about
were.
that after.
We'll
the
talk about it
podcast.
later.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I need to see your face.
I'm super excited for the way that it ended. Do you care if we kind of say anything about the ending?
No, I was already in the chat group with my friends the other day, and they were
Talking about
Spoiling
it.
it?
they
Okay.
were raving about
There's
it.
really nothing to spoil because, like I said, this was like you said it's a mid-season finale.
But it's the fall of New York.
Yeah.
It's very much the fall of New York. The only thing that people have been like complaining about is that because it is the fall of New York, and because there are so many heroes located in New York, the fact that no one's intervening is weird.
Well, who's in New York right now?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's not going to do anything.
The Thunderbolts.
In what time does this take place, though?
Well, that's the
question.
Yeah, because you're right,
She-Hulk.
but
I mean,
no,
She-Hulk's
She-Hulk's
on-
in California.
But the Thunderbolts take place in New York.
Yes,
So
but-
so in Thunderbolts, are we going to then address what happened to the fall of New York? Is Winston Fisk
Is still
of
mayor?
the-
Yeah.
like what? It's a weird place
I feel
to
like
leave it.
Marvel won't acknowledge that.
But and that's what I'm.
feel
But that's what I mean though is
Yeah.
that it's a weird place of this is the way we left New York.
yeah.
And then the next Marvel thing that we kind of get is the Thunderbolts, which also takes place in New York, and everything's fine.
I can't
Yeah.
believe New York is letting what's happening to them happen, especially since they've had like the Chitauri invade. You know,
that's
like
that's why
It's a hellmouth.
like it's the
It's
Hellmouth.
a hellmouth.
Exactly, it's the
it's
Hellmouth.
just New York in the Marvel universe.
Universe is
It's
hellmouth.
just it's essentially
It's
like
worse
Gotham.
than Gotham.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
essentially
worse.
Gotham.
No, it's worse than Gotham.
It's
feel-
Metropolis. It's Metropolis. I would rather
Yeah.
live in Gotham than Metropolis.
That's true
Metropolis is always
Metropolis
getting
gets like bigger threats.
Yeah, I can
of,
deal
like,
with, like,
outer
some
world
guy-
and stuff
In,
like
in
that.
all
Yeah.
in all fairness, in Gotham, if I stay home and I work from home, and
Yeah.
I just become a shut-in, I'll survive.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I'm a
Just
shut-in
don't
in
drink.
Metropolis,
Check the water at some points.
No,
though.
no, that- but if I'm a shut-in in Metropolis, I just have Superman flying through my building
And the,
into a
the
9/11.
villains- but it's the villain Superman fights that are so chaotic that
Yeah.
just destroy everything.
Well, yeah,
Brainiac.
it's 9/11 every day. It's just it's just
11
buildings
every
falling.
day. Jesus
Now here's the
Christ.
question: would you rather live in a superhero universe or a kaiju universe?
Superhero.
Hero.
Kaiju.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd be fighting the kaiju. I would train. I would be like
Oh, so, okay.
monster.
Pacific Rim.
No, because I saw how
Exactly
Pacific
like
Rim ends.
Pacific Rim. I don't care.
Pacific Rim is just.
I would love to go out like Idris Elba.
I mean, I
You
guess,
always
but
find me.
listen, everybody wants to go out like
Canceling the
Idris.
apocalypse.
We all can't be Idris Elba.
No,
No, we're not
but
all
we
like
can.
that.
We can.
Some
try
of us
and
are not
hold
even like the
torch.
Because you know
D
why?
character.
Yeah, because you're gonna be like the Russian dudes that are just like, yeah, and then just immediately
Oh.
get like, killed.
Get stomped on.
Just get
No.
stomped
The
on.
problem is that you can live in a kaiju universe. You just can't live in major cities.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure no one takes your hot sauce.
You'd have to live in a red state.
A red state.
You'd have to live in a red state. You can't live in a blue state.
That's
I'd be
got
like
a
Kaiju
point.
number 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'll be like Kaiju number 8.
oh my
That's
god.
You know?
That-
No,
I
because
would-
like
I
think
would
of every
join
like
it.
think
Become
of
a
every.
kaiju.
No,
I'll become a
I'm not
kaiju.
the main character.
Yeah.
I'm not the main character.
You'd have to-
I'm a red shirt.
Listen,
I'm
all
a
we
red
have to do
shirt,
is
and I'd
eat
be happy
kaiju.
with that.
That's all we have to do.
Every
is eat
kaiju. No, that's in Pacific Rim.
But
But
the
again,
cleanup crew.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
think of like in Pacific Rim, they have a black market of like kaiju like parts, right?
Yeah.
But every kaiju comes out of an ocean, so you can't live in coastal cities.
Ocean man.
Yeah, you'd have to live in the center parts of the U.S. if you're in the U.S.
I mean, in Ultraman, those kaiju, they come from space.
That's
True. So now the better
Yeah,
question
so-
is: do you want a kaiju universe where they come out of the ocean, or the alien kaiju?
I feel like kaiju is bad no matter what.
Yeah.
No, there's a difference.
No, because at least
You
in a
could
su-
just move more center land mass and
at-
survive.
at
I mean,
least in a
Godzilla
su-
don't care.
Godzilla don't, but
Godzilla don't.
also Godzilla is located in Japan, which is a tiny island. You just have to move the population from there to mainland Asia.
at least in a superhero universe, I have superheroes where
true.
people could.
Well, do you
save
want
me.
superhero universe like the Marvel Cinematic Universe or like Invincible?
Oh, God.
Because there's a difference there.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
would want
I wouldn't
DC,
survive. I
honestly.
wouldn't have the luck to survive in an invincible universe.
You wouldn't have
Yeah,
luck.
no.
I'm not that lucky.
I'd be one of the guys on the train.
Yeah.
The second time around,
Yeah.
oh no, at the beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd be on the train.
Just on
probably.
vacation.
I know one thing. I definitely wouldn't live in Chicago. That's one thing I would. After the first one, I would have been like, "Dude, we are moving.
Yeah.
Like we are out of here."
Now.
And then the second time Chicago got hit, I would be like, "And thank you. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I moved you out of Chicago, and now all of them are dead, and we're alive."
Come in the living room. I will take all your gratitudes in my room.
Wow, this is a major tangent. We
My,
went
my pants will be off. I will be on the edge of the bed, and I expect everybody to come in and do their due diligence.
Due diligence. Yes, because I have saved all of your butts.
So I demand all your butts in my room. Let's
News
go.
will be playing the entire time.
You have a sash that says "I was right."
I was right.
Yeah.
Hold
I
on,
was
let me put on
right.
my crown. Let me put
We'll
on my
have
crown
a
real quick.
whiteboard of the kills.
Yeah, that could have been us.
That could have been us.
That could have been us. All right, just
So,
saying.
but that's the thing, though, is that with Thunderbolts coming out, they're not going to address what happened in New York.
So here's because I thought about
is
this.
It years later?
No.
Is this before?
I thought about this. Okay, so in Spider-Man: No Way Home, the big broadcaster, the one that spreads media that we saw was J. Jonah Jameson, right?
Yes.
So why didn't we not get any kind of clippings of something being broadcasted in New York by J. Jonah Jameson or at least the Daily Bugle? We didn't
Yeah.
even get any of that referenced in the show. So it's hard to put Daredevil in a place in the timeline because we don't know what's happening. When Thunderbolts releases 2 weeks from now, the way that we can kind of format it is we will have to know who's mayor of New York at that point. If they don't reference it, then I would say the best assumption, not the greatest.
People are turning into ghosts.
No,
That's pretty bad.
but here's the
Can you
thing is,
imagine if Thunderbolt Spider-Man turns into one of those dust things? He's like, and comes back, not again.
but I would say that if they don't mention the mayor of New York in Thunderbolts, it's safe to assume that it's taking place before Daredevil. Because the initiatives that Kingpin is doing in Daredevil is big enough that it would affect the Thunderbolts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, it would have to be before.
yeah.
It would have to be before.
Because how long was it when Foggy died? And then
It's been a year and a half.
it was only been a year. Okay.
Yeah.
It's only been a year and a
Okay.
half. And that's the thing, though, is that we don't know what year this takes place.
I know.
Because
Endgame kind of f that up.
Well, that's
of,
the
like
thing,
knowing the timeline.
because it's all because you can always kind of put where everything is because everybody mentions the blip of like the blip was 2 years ago, the blip was 5 years ago, everybody returned 5 years ago. Like that's how you've been able to kind of place things on the timeline. No one's talked about the blimp.
So, hang on. This would be before Thunderbolts. Because Avengers Tower hasn't been redone to
You
be...
haven't seen Avengers Tower, so we don't know.
No, but I would have to assume that they probably haven't touched it
If
yet.
I haven't seen it, I don't know.
Yeah, but it works both ways. If you haven't seen it, you don't know exactly.
But
So
that's-
it's
and that's-
kind of we can also assume the other way around as
That's
well.
true.
Yeah,
But
so
the
that's
thing-
what I'm saying. It's before.
But they're mentioning Spider-Man
Yes,
and they're mentioning Punisher.
yes,
Okay.
which have existed before anything. We don't know, but we know that Spider-Man was in the timeline before any of the stuff was going on.
I do kind of wish Wilson Fisk would have like mentioned the fact that Spider-Man destroyed the Statue of Liberty. Like no one's mentioned the
That
fact
would have been a good
Spider-Man-
place.
That like just to go like yeah because we have a terrorist who destroyed the Statue of Liberty.
They haven't shown the Statue of Liberty.
No, they haven't.
No,
So then we don't know if it's green or copper.
No,
we don't know.
we don't know anything. This is what I mean though. There's no like
Yeah,
it's-
we'll probably see that in Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll know.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing though. Is
Yeah.
that like I feel like there's so much going on in Thunderbolts. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, do you know that we had an election last week?
Hey, remember when Wilson Fisk was the mayor,
Yeah,
guys?
you guys remember Fisk?
We dodged a bullet there.
It was like the Purge. It was the Purge in this thing. I liked it. It ends with basically just New York into a purge. I was telling Renee, the director, he made a good point because people were saying like it's weird that you didn't have like Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Spider-Man, everybody inside the bar at the very end. And he was like, why didn't you do that? Like, why didn't you put more heroes in the bar? And the director was saying, if we put too many heroes, it would take away from the dread of what's going on in the city. Because you see, Matt has a legit army. He has Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron. Like these are some heavy hitters.
That's a politically correct answer, though. In other words, we don't have the rights to use them, so we can't use them.
I think it's for one we haven't cleared everybody to like we're not sure who's coming back as what. We're not doing anything else, but it does make sense though. You have Matt and his little group versus the mayor of New York and basically the city of New York, and that is a bigger enemy. How are you going to deal with it?
I see it both ways in the sense that, like, when he said we need an army, he's wanting to bring the people of New York against the destruction of New York. He's making them come back, taking their city back, right? But you also don't say we need an army when the entire proposal of safer streets is to basically cut vigilante activity and not bring vigilantes. That's the whole point.
Yeah, it's weird because it's an anti-vigilante task force where the cops become vigilantes.
Ironic.
Yeah, it's an ironic little way of doing it. Yeah, I do love Castle's little thing of just like, you guys are a bunch of clowns.
But hey,
Castle's just talking to a bunch of cops. with
rewind
Punisher
it further
logos.
back just a second, because one of the greatest things that happens is there are complaints about this show over exaggerating and kind of using today's things that are going on in politics as a means to write a story. And it's like, no, again, we have to remind people this story was written now in 2022 or 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't rewritten massively. This was already structured this way.
It was structured a certain way.
So one of the scenes that kind of, it sucks, it's a tragedy, but it is a funny scene to see it in entertainment, is when the purge is happening and it's just a thug breaks a window, is going to steal something. The cop says, put your hands up in the air, shoots the guy, had no weapons. And then the younger cop goes like, he was just a kid. No.
He's a vigilante.
He's a vigilante. He
Yeah,
covers his head
pulls
with the
down
beanie.
his beanie more.
He's a mass vigilante. And I'm like, oh, great. No body cams.
Yeah, the Fisk's little army that he has of bad cops.
His militia.
His little militia.
Yeah.
They have no body cams.
No.
They technically can't be. They form no position in the law.
Yeah.
The only people that can reprimand them is Fisk.
Yeah.
So
Art
So they have
imitates
authorization to pretty much do anything they want.
Mhm.
Art
Yeah.
imitates life.
Art imitates life.
it's
Exactly.
insane. It's super eerie to kind of see the way that it's working, and also to see how much these cops are yeah, man.
I think it might have taken some time because if it was written 2001, that's around the time of BLM and
Yeah.
George Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
So I think there was probably some inspiration from the riots because
Yeah,
there was a lot of also police activity that was unfavorable.
Yeah.
That was,
from
well,
most,
Well,
you
that was
know.
the adoption of the Punisher logo
There you go.
by the cops.
And so that's the scene that you were talking about where Frank Castle, because he gets kidnapped, because he goes into the docks basically and just starts murdering a bunch of the task force cops.
He steals a walkie, and then over the walkie, because it's just the task force frequency,
Nice.
they say everybody report to the docks. Frank hears this and goes, I'm gonna go to the docks, and Frank just does a murder spree.
And he's a fair murderer because he does murder a woman.
Well, I mean, she had it coming. in all fairness,
If she's in that task force,
she has it coming.
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah,
what, she has
guilty
it
by
coming.
association.
There you go.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is that if you just grab that scene, you can tell that it was written in a way to basically tell the people who were using his logo to kind of make it stand for something.
Yeah.
Because that whole speech, basically the bad cop that tries to kill
Matt.
Yes, the one that tries to kill Matt in I think episode 2, basically tells Frank, it's join us, be a part of our task force because we all look up to you, we all admire your work.
You can be the leader of our task force.
We would want you to be a part of us because we know what you stand for. And that's when he tells them, it's you guys are just a bunch of effing clowns. You guys don't know. My favorite thing that he says, you don't know the pain that I've been through. You don't know what I've gone through. And I'm like, yeah, no duh. Out of context, if you take that scene and just put it on there, the writer of the show was basically yelling to the cops that exist in our real life, why the hell are you using the logo when you do not know the character itself? You are dumb.
You're clowns.
You're dumb.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You're clowns. It's a very interesting callback, and I do like it because they eventually capture Frank. Frank's captured, and then you see him all chained up in this makeshift prison that Fisk has in the ports.
Yeah.
And because they were telling him all of the members of the task force, we all look up to you, and we all think you're super great. He just starts talking to one of the guy, his guard, just going it's a real honor to meet you, man. Just put it here. Yes, it's a real honor to put. And then the guy's oh yeah, and he puts his hands through the bars to shake his hand, and Frank breaks his arm and just murders him and steals the keys, and that's how the
Lovely.
series. That's how our little season ends. of Frank escaping his prison.
Yeah,
I
and I was really happy they showed that because I was like, he wouldn't just stay
Sit
in
there.
there.
yeah, that's stupid. Yeah.
Frank, that's not Frank.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there is one thing I do want to bring about this season that I like so much, which is the deterioration of Matt Murdock, the man, and the creation of the devil again. In the sense that Matt Murdock, because he said it best when we first started talking about Daredevil, which was the reason Matt doesn't put the mask on is because he wants to believe that the justice system will do its part. But then when it fails him, that's when he starts to have the devil born again. And you have Daredevil come back, right? You also have a cool parallel in the sense that the Punisher is the extreme side that he went towards when Foggy dies. And then he has a moment where he has the opportunity to kill the cop that killed White Tiger. And the Punisher's like, just do it. It's easy. It's gonna happen. And Matt tells himself,
He's
like,
not-
no.
He's a pig.
Yeah.
Just kill him.
Just kill him. Just do it. And he
It's-
doesn't do it.
It's so funny though because like you just see him and he goes, "It's not worth it, Frank." And then he goes, "Oh yeah, is this one worth it?" He just starts putting bullets in cops, and he's just like, "You're a wild card, Frank. This is why I can't bring you anywhere."
Wild card, bitches!
You're that friend.
Yeah, you're that friend. Of,
The
I don't
whole
know what
fight
you,
scene is just great because he's not killing anyone. He's damaging them.
Oh,
Daredevil, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's super funny to see both their different fighting techniques. Of John Barrowman is a bear that's been locked inside of a room with like 9 people.
John Berthel.
Yeah, John Barenthal. And Matt Murdock is like, "Oh, I'm like gonna use my kung fu.
Yeah,
I'm like
he's
bouncing
moves like a
things.
ninja.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna move like a ninja." And he's
you
just
see-
bum rushing
And you
people.
see Frank get like a kitchen knife and just go, "Shah!" And then just like this blood just comes out in slow motion.
Or what was it? He gets a guy. He puts his head on the.
Yeah.
He like breaks his
yeah.
leg. He puts his head on the thing. He gets his gun, puts it to the temple, and goes boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, and just blah blah. And like you just see the bullets coming through the granite. And you're just like, "Oh my god!" Like-
No, love the scene. It's great.
Or what was it? The one of the guys is he's gonna shoot Matt, and then right as he's like putting his gun, you just see Frank tosses a knife across the room and just.
That was the
sticks
cop
it.
that
And
Matt was going to. Yeah, that was the cop that
cop.
killed White Tiger.
And their bickering is hilarious.
Oh yeah,
I love their bickering.
it's so good.
such a
Just
great
to hear them
relationship.
back and
Oh,
forth
awesome.
talk. Yeah, 'cause
Is that your
before
new
the fight-
costume, red
yeah.
gown?
What do they call you?
Yeah.
What do they call you? The assless man?
It was really good, yeah. And then also, he's like, "Oh yeah, what he shaved up, to make it a special occasion or something like that." Because you see his hair's cut, then Punisher's all shaven and stuff. He's like, and it's funny just to hear them go back.
Yeah, I
and
did
forth.
it just for you, Red.
just for you, Red.
I like how because you see Matt and he comes in, he lays on the couch, he's exhausted from everything that's happened, and then you just hear the Punisher from the kitchen. How's it that New York's going to hell and you have nothing to make coffee with? And he's like, "Sorry, Frank, we all don't live in a bomb shelter."
Frank Castle's just all of us, man. Wants
Yeah.
coffee,
Yeah.
hates the world.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's pretty. I love their little.
Relatable.
Actually, if you're going to continue watching Daredevil, watch the new Rockstars recap because there's a cool parallel. I don't know if you saw it or you guys saw it, but in the last season of Daredevil Netflix series, Daredevil beats Kingpin to basically almost death, or was it Bullseye?
No, it was
The Kingpin, right?
It was Kingpin
In front of the
was-
white canvas.
Yes,
That was the Kingpin.
that was the last episode because Kingpin had hired Bullseye to pretend to be Matt.
Yes. So he basically beats him to a pulp in front of a white canvas. And so in the scenes where you see the white canvas with the red splatter, that's his blood, right? In episode 8, the one where Matt saves the Kingpin because he was going to get shot. If you look, and it's such a cool detail. I was like, oh, that's done on purpose. You have Matt Murdock and his girlfriend. Matt is hiding a secret from her. You have Vanessa, and Matt is wearing black. The girlfriend, I forget his name, Helen. Helen is wearing a white dress, and Matt is wearing a black suit and tie. Vanessa is hiding a secret from the Kingpin, which is I hired Bullseye to kill Foggy because of the secret that's going on. Vanessa's wearing a red dress, and the Kingpin's wearing white. So both people that have secrets kept away from them are wearing full white. When Matt dives in to stop the bullet from happening, the blood splatters on Kingpin's suit in the same manner as the canvas. And I'm like, that's a freaking sick detail.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so you see that because they use a lot of color transition. So whenever Bullseye is in scene about to do something, the screen turns full blue. Whenever Matt does anything or he's being highlighted, it's always in full red. So it's just cool little details that they do.
And Bullseye is still on the loose.
And he's still on the loose. Yeah.
Yeah, Bullseye is still, he's on the loose. He's doing stuff.
Yeah. Killing people with teeth.
With teeth. Yeah, dude. He murdered like 3 people with a tooth.
No, he murders
He
one.
got,
And
he
then
got, he
splits
got
him.
like beaten up and he got a loose tooth.
Yeah.
Got it out and just spat it
He spat
at
it
the
and it
guard and it
into
went through his eye.
That's
It killed
awesome.
him. Yeah.
Oh, that part where Matt slams his head 3 times and calls the cops. He just started bashing his head out of nowhere.
Matt just like, boom, boom, boom. Guard. He's got nets.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's so far. I love this season. This
It
season
is.
was really, really.
That was a good
good
season, yeah.
I'm looking forward to what they're gonna do in season 2.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continuing into Marvel news, but we don't have a whole lot of time. We still want to talk about Sinners.
Yeah.
Just to quickly go over, Fantastic Four released its last trailer just before the movie comes out.
I mean, nothing major was really shown off in this besides
Silver Surfer first looks. We did get a confirmation that Sue is pregnant.
But
Yes.
we had a verbal confirmation before.
We did, but now she in the scene, it's her revealing it to Johnny and Ben.
I'm late. Yeah, you're late to dinner.
Yeah.
And they're just eating. Wait, are you pregnant?
Yeah, and then Ben's like, "Are you pregnant?" And then Johnny is like, "Oh my God, you're gonna be like the
Yeah.
best mom in the world. You are so out of your depth. You're gonna be the worst
Where's
dad."
Dad? Yeah, that's such a cool thing. I love that.
It's such
I
a
like this Johnny Blaze.
I love
it's such
Joseph
a fun Johnny
Quinn.
Blaze.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if the whole cast spent like a couple months together before filming because they,
Oh,
they
yeah.
feel so much like family
They do.
at this point, which
They-
is real good.
And not only that, but also I love. I just like seeing them going down like red carpets because they're all very protective of each other and everything else. Like I know Vanessa Kirby, she's always walking down with Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
And you can always see that she's like massaging his hand, which is very interesting because Pedro Pascal has even said he suffers from anxiety
Yeah.
and that like red carpets make him terribly nervous and he hates them. So it's very interesting to kind of go like, oh, that's friendship right there.
Yeah.
They all care about each other. I'm just excited to kind of see a potentially dickhead Reed Richard.
Yeah, like he's very full of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Overconfident and stuff.
Yeah, like everything's about him.
Yeah, he said, I've explored the vastness of space and they've answered or something like that.
Yeah,
like that one line, I'm like, oh,
and it
okay, so
answered
we're,
back.
and it answered back. I'm like, okay, cool. So we get someone that accepted it, but he's going to continue to move forward with it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this because it's very interesting to see. You do see Earth exploding in this. Like you see a planet exploding. So I don't know if they went into space to go meet up Galactus before he gets to Earth. And then they just saw him annihilate a planet. And then they were like, nope. And they turned back around and they came home.
Or it could be Silver Surfer explaining like who this being is,
It
and
could-
they're just displaying what the potential Galactus has done. and
It
stuff,
could
know?
be. I imagine that this planet it's doomed.
Yeah. It's
Earth?
The Earth is probably most likely going to be destroyed by Galactus,
Yes.
which is going to lead the bridge and why they're going to go into what is it?
616.
616.
Our universe,
Yeah.
The one thing I am interested in is I love that they said that they actually used miniatures for Galactus, where they actually made a full-on purple metal armor
Cool.
for him. So they were saying that they're pretty sure him walking through is the miniature because they said that they did use like old-fashioned like methods of how they used to do like kaijus in like the older movies, where it's like a miniature and then you have like an actual human walking through.
The cinematography, from what I've seen from the trailer, looks really 70s, really like a period piece kind of Marvel movie, and that's what I'm most excited for. You know?
I will say that last scene did throw me off because I always thought Galactus was planet size.
He can change
shrink.
size.
Yeah.
He can change size?
Yeah.
He can become any size he wants to be.
Yeah.
But if you're going to destroy Earth, why are you going to be tiny?
Well, because you also want to confront the people that you're gonna, you want to make your entrance. If
That's-
you have a herald,
Make your entrance.
That's what he
if you have
does.
a herald,
Yeah.
He doesn't just.
No,
come,
I get that. Yeah.
He's a god in his eyes, you know. So of course, you know, a god is gonna want to.
He's not going to Burger King.
No.
Like he's
What
not.
if he
Like,
does?
He's not like. He's not just like rolling up and then just going like, oh, Big Mac, oh.
Just take him
just
to
shoving it in his
all of
face.
the all-you-can-eat buffets.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And see where he gets.
Like,
Yeah.
because I don't want Galactus to be like this, like just really dumb character.
Yeah.
Where he's just eating.
I want depth. I really want him to be this
And
immovable force that the Fantastic Four is gonna have to fight against.
not only that, but also the actor that they got for him has that depth. So let him
the
act.
actor for Galactus who's playing Galactus.
Let me pull up his name again. He was in Game of Thrones. He's been in like a number of things. Keep talking.
So
that was your day.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding now. But I will say that this is a movie that I'm actually excited for,
Ralph
Marvel-wise.
Ensign.
Ralph Fiennes, I don't know what he's been in.
He was the doctor in Nosferatu.
okay.
He was the doctor in Nosferatu.
Tight.
He was in The Witch. He
Oh yeah,
Catch a Killer, The First Omen.
he was also in Ready Player One, right?
He was. He was the
played
stepdad.
he played the aunt's boyfriend.
Yeah. He was also in The Northman.
He
was
lost
in-
because of the gloves.
Yeah, the Green Knight. He was also one of the
Ready Player One.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. He's a great character actor.
Yes.
So that's why like let him cook.
Yeah.
Just-
Give
Let
him,
him
give
cook.
him,
Yeah,
let him be
okay.
Galactus.
Yeah, let him beat Galactus and let him be over the top because that actor he does so well when you let him go over the top and exaggerate. So just let him do it. You good? You just staring.
He was
at him?
staring off in his face. He was looking over in this vicinity.
Trying to look at his dick.
He's imagining Galactus.
No, I was just thinking about the whole trailer.
Oh, okay.
I can't ponder.
No,
Ponder.
He pondered on my dick.
Jesus, man.
that's what she said.
I'm actually excited for this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I'm excited for Thunderbolts, but I'm like very old school excited for this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm more excited for Thunderbolts a little bit more
Really?
than Fantastic Four.
Okay.
It's
I
the-
think it's because of the people who are behind Thunderbolts
Yeah.
that really has me hyped.
My-
you know,
The actors or just the
the
Like,
production,
the production.
the-
everyone worked on
yeah,
the A24
everyone
movie.
who's working on it,
And
not
now
the
working.
actors or cast.
Yeah.
Like, we're aware of them. We've seen them being in Marvel stuff. I want to see what these people bring to the Marvel.
Did you
table
see that
now.
Vanessa or not Vanessa Kirby? What's her name? Oh my God, Florence Pugh
Florence
was the
Pugh.
one that had to push Marvel to allow her to jump off a building.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She said, "Give me whatever paperwork you need, and I'll sign it."
yeah, and Marvel still said no, and she had to. I think she spoke with Kevin Feige directly. Was just like, no, we're gonna.
It has to be me.
It has to be
I
me.
like
yeah.
that actress.
Florence
Yeah.
Pugh.
Yeah,
It's talent.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
what we were talking about
Yeah.
because they did the featurette before with Sinners.
Sinners. Yeah.
They did the featurette of like, hey, like this is what happened, and like this is how they did it, and that's a lot of trust because they were on one of the tallest buildings in the world, and they did like a whole pulley system and everything like that, and then she just had to take that leap of faith and just have the trust that it's gonna go. It would dip underneath the camera and bring her right back up, because she'd be dead if they got it
That
wrong.
would be her last.
Yeah.
But also Florence Pugh wasn't too extreme because if it was Tom Cruise,
He wouldn't have had the whole system.
No, he would have been like, just give me a bag.
just give me a bag.
yeah. Give me
Give me a
give me
parachute.
parachute.
Give me a parachute. I'm gonna-
a Cliff Bar, and a vitamin water, and I'm good.
Cliff Bar.
Yeah.
Xenu will save me. Xenu was the other actor in which I haven't seen a whole lot from Fantastic Four though is Paul Walter Hauser, and I'm really hoping he's Mole Man. I really want him as Mole Man. I think he would play such a great Mole Man. Just his demeanor would be amazing.
All right.
All right, let's finish up. We have me and Renee went to go see a movie.
Yeah.
It was a cute date.
It was a cute date. It
Did you guys hold
was.
each other's hands at the scary parts?
Always
or like
do
jump
this, Sean. Every time they go together on something, we reference it as a date.
It's not my fault. The other two, you know what it is? It sounds like a weird date when we were in elementary school, of like we told our parents that it's gonna be a big group, and then everybody else didn't show up, so
Yeah.
that way it was just me and Renee by ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to go see Sinners.
Yeah.
It was a damn good movie.
Labeled
was.
as one of the best horror movies of 2025.
Well, it got 100% on
Rotten
Rotten
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Yeah.
It was 100%. Let me.
Is it still steady as 100%?
I'll look it up right now.
But yeah, overall, I was pleasantly surprised of how well this movie was done. It was pretty good. It was
So
really
what's
good.
the premise of Sinners?
Sinners is basically the premise is two brothers that went from their hometown to move to Chicago and get a taste of like in the 1930s they get a taste of like the gangster life and stuff, and then build a little industry from Chicago, but then realize that it's more money if we take what we know and come back home.
Yeah, they. It's during that time of the prohibition.
Prohibition, yes.
And Al Capone and everything else. They went to Chicago to go work for Al Capone.
Yeah.
They came back with a bunch of materials. Basically, they ripped off the Irish and they ripped off. So they ripped off two mobs.
Yeah.
And then they basically said that each mob ripped off each other. So that way now there's a gang war in Chicago. And then they stole all that stuff and then brought it back down to Missouri to start up their own business.
So they brought like a truck full of beer. Irish beer.
Okay, got it.
And that's pretty much like the first 30 to 45 minutes
Yeah,
of the movie.
No vampires?
No, because it sets up. So what it does is that the movie sets up all these characters that you're gonna know in the party that they're. It's like a club, I guess, that they want to make and stuff.
It's a speakeasy.
Yes, that's what it is. A speakeasy.
It's a jukebox.
And they want to serve food. They want to serve alcohol. They want to play music. They want people to come back and stuff. Like, we have the materials. Let's make money out of it. And then throughout the movie that's happening, you're getting to know that each, the twins, both played by Michael B. Jordan, they have their own little flames that they left behind.
Yeah, Smoke and Stack.
Smoke and Stack, yeah. That Stack is in love with Haley Steinfeld's character and stuff. And Smoke is into a witch doctor that he left behind that he knew all of his life and stuff like that. Annie. And she's really good character as well too. And then you get to know that like all their connections in the town and stuff like that. You get to know more characters and know their stories and know, okay, cool. Like this is a night that we get really good pay, that you're going to pay me good tonight because of you're doing this thing and stuff. So
Annie is played by Wunmi Masako.
Oh, she was from
B-58 in
B-58
Loki.
from Loki from the TVA.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was good. It was really good because then they start playing and stuff. And they have their cousin who's very well known into jazz. He's musically in tuned and stuff like that. And he's never played for a live audience before. And he always wants to. But his dad's a preacher, so his dad thinks that if he goes into the life of jazz, it's just going to be a dark road.
It's the blues.
Okay, a dark road and blues. It's going to be nothing but just the devil and stuff like that.
It's gonna be just drinking and drugs and women.
Debauchery.
Right. And
I do have to say though, the person that plays Sammy, because it's Sammy.
Oh,
Moore,
it's this actor's first time.
Miles Caton. This is his very first anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
His debut.
This is
Basically.
this is his debut movie, and
Strong debut.
Well,
Yeah.
and even though Michael B. Jordan is marketed as the lead of this movie, Miles Caton is the main character of the movie.
Yeah.
Because he is the person that all the vampires are after. He's the one that you spend the most time with. He's the one that even opens the movie and everything else. So he
said there was a narration in the beginning, I think.
There's a little bit of narration, but that's done by Annie, the witch doctor.
So then where are the vampires in this?
So what happened is that in the town, one of the vampires starts running for their lives, and it's during the sun is setting, but he's burning. He hits to the nearest house that's in front of him, which happens to be a white supremacy house as well too. He sees the cloak there, then he starts realizing, okay, I gotta act this way so they can invite me in and stuff, because they still play on the rules of like vampires cannot come in unless they're invited in. You can kill them by wooden stake and stuff like that. Garlic affects them as well too. And so then he starts changing up his story where he's like, okay, he starts preaching to the white devil and stuff like that.
Yeah, he
starts acting like that.
What he says is that a bunch of a bunch of Redskins are chasing him, and they let him in because they don't. They're racist. They're Klans members, and there actually is a group of Native Americans that are hunting them, but they're hunting the vampire. Like they know what he is, and they're specifically saying once they get there, you don't know what you've let in your house. You'd be better off giving him to us. whatever he told you he is, he's lying. And as he's saying that, he's noticing the sun is going down, and all of the other tribe members go, "We need to get out of here because once nightfall hits, they're stronger. Like there's nothing we can really do to stop them." So instead of staying before the sun sets, they take off, and by that time, he's already turned the husband now, and then goes into turning the wife.
Oh, so this is if you get bit by a vampire, you turn.
Yes, the moment you're bitten, you're destined to become a vampire.
But they did change it just a little bit, where it's a hive mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they told me that, I thought that was really interesting take for vampires.
Yeah. So once you're bitten by the vampire and you turn, all the vampires have everybody's memories and everybody's knowledge of what's going on.
Yeah.
So they're sharing information as that's going. So it's like it's a nice little hive mind, because as everybody's getting bit, they're going. Michael B. Jordan, as you know from the trailer, turns. One of the brothers turns, and they're going like, "You messed this up. This was our space." And he goes, "The guy you bought this from is a grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. That's his nephew. He was gonna come tomorrow morning with his Klan's members and murder everybody and murder all of us. This was just a killing floor."
Yeah.
And then they're all confirming it. And they're like, "Oh, this was like, it was a trap.
Yeah.
This was
The
never
first-
going to work out."
The first two people he bit were supposed to go to the warehouse and scope it out and then start the killing from there. But he said, "I intervene, so you guys, that's the reason why you guys are still alive right now," and stuff.
So the vampires are not tools that are evil in this sense, but they're kind of like they play like a neutral party.
So essentially, he's preaching is equality. He's preaching that there is no hate, there is no animosity. We're all one being.
He's trying to sell you on a cult, essentially.
Yeah, he's basically and
Sounds
like
culty.
yeah. Once you get bitten, now you're in bliss. Like there's nothing you can't do. You're super strong. You'll live forever. You'll be super happy once you do that. But Annie explains it as vampirism is kind of like a virus, or a curse, where once you get bitten by a vampire, it locks your soul into your body and it can't go to the next world.
Yeah, once you become a vampire, you don't go to heaven or hell. Essentially, you go to purgatory.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. It's just nothing. There's nothing for you once you become a vampire.
Well, what she was saying is like the only way for them to cross over is to kill the vampire. Once you're dead, once you get killed as a vampire, then you cross over. So that's
Set them free.
to set them free. Yeah. So that's how she's trying to pitch it to one of the
group.
brother to the group, and also to the brother of going like, you need to kill your brother. That's the only way to set him free. And she even tells them too, if I get bitten, do not hesitate, kill me. Like I need to die. And it's so good. But yeah, they also go into the whole attachment of music. Like music is such an important thing in this movie. Like I was saying, Sammy is a blues player, but as a blues player, they're saying that there's such strong music and voice that you can reach across time and space. That apparently music can reach the past, the present, and the future. And then not only that, but it can also cross over into the afterlife. And what he was saying is, he goes, when the vampire heard his music, he saw into the afterlife, and that's why he wants him. Because he has the ability for me to see what's past this reality. And it's super cool.
That is an interesting idea to kind of like bring in black culture and vampirism. Those two, like the ideology of vampirism or the mythology of vampirism and black culture, and put them together in this movie.
It was good.
It was a very solid movie. Also, it was really interesting seeing it because during the actual like music scene, you see the progression of the blues, where it turns into rock and roll, it turns into hip hop, it turns into R&B. Like you can see like its progression, and basically the future is being displayed without everybody else seeing it, but the audience sees where this is traversing.
And then even in the final fight, when everyone's like basically fighting for their lives, there's the music that they change from, kind of like a score and start playing like heavy metal. in certain aspects
Yes.
of the movie. When certain characters are like getting thrown around, then it's like this really electric guitar kind of riff is playing in the background. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like you start watching it and you get like very much like 80s vibes from it and stuff. Like you're watching like a vampire movie in the 80s and stuff like that.
Not only that, but also the blood effects were very 80s as well,
yeah.
because it wasn't that
Really?
dark, it wasn't that crimson.
Yeah.
It was the maroon blood, where it's like it's very over the top. It gushes everywhere.
I like how Ryan Coogler handles blood in here. It's very Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez kind of vibe because
Very
they
over
use
the top.
practical effects. When someone's shot, you see the bullet hole, and then you see just blood just pouring out of it. It's just like drooping out.
But
It's
also
really
the,
cool.
the
I like
makeup
it.
is amazing, and I'm sure that it was assisted by CGI because you can when like somebody gets shot and it goes through, he lifts up his shirt and you can see the muscle in his stomach. Like it bends as he lifts, so you can then see as he brings it down, the tension in the muscles
Yeah, move.
move with the wound, and you're like, oh, that's a wound.
So does this story have what kind of ending does this have?
A satisfying ending.
The greatest thing about it is that it begins at the end.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
you,
they show.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, they
So-
show what happens with one character, and then at that point, it's just basically leading up to that beginning part again. But then you get a full satisfied of what happens with that character and stuff like that.
yeah, it's a full
Yeah.
story.
You guys said there were 2 after credits.
There is.
There's 2 after credits.
Which is
Yes.
surprising.
There's one in the mid where it's it shows the progression of what happened to one character at the end.
Two
Okay.
characters.
Two
Well,
characters. Well, that's
Technically,
the thing.
technically 3,
Yeah, technically
Okay,
3 different
okay.
characters.
because it shows you the character. It shows you the main character of the movie, and basically he's progressed in his life and he's done everything else, and then
Yeah.
2 other characters meet him up, and I won't spoil it because it's a great after credit scene.
Yeah.
And then the second after credit scene is all the way at the end of the credits. It's a scene that I think Ryan Coogler just really loved,
Yeah.
and he just wanted to put it back in there because you did see clips of it in the movie.
But they cut to
But-
it.
Yeah, but
Oh,
they
okay.
cut.
They
to
cut
it
away.
really- Yeah, they cut away from it, and then also it had no audio. So it was just clips of like a certain scene, and then this one was a full
Yeah.
minute.
I think Ryan Coogler really liked the actor because
Miles
singing.
Caton.
Yeah, that actor because he can sing very well.
yeah,
He sings blues very beautifully.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love blues and jazz.
Oh, yeah.
I
You'll
fi-
love this
I find
movie,
it like
man.
the classical music of the
Yeah.
Americas.
Yeah.
You also see it's great because it's kind of like a passing of the torch as well, because there is an older blues singer by Delroy Lindo. I don't know if you know who Delroy Lindo is.
Not
he's
by name.
He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Get Shorty. He's been in The Big Bang. He was in Up. He's character actor, very, very good. Hang on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can turn this around to kind of show.
You spin me right
Oh,
round, baby, right
yeah.
round.
Oh yeah, him. Oh no, it turned off.
Turned off.
Wow, that's it.
Right when you got to you're good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He plays the older blues player that is taking Sammy under his wing, where he doesn't like Sammy in the very beginning because he's kind of like taking up his spot, and then by the end of the night he has his respect because of like how amazing he is at playing.
Jazz and blues has a lot of mysticism to it.
It does.
It's really rooted in I don't know if it's hoodoo or if it's voodoo specifically, but like you also have the legend of Robert Johnson who sold his soul or allegedly sold his soul, went down a crossroads and all that, and how he died at a tender age of 23.
Yes.
So I that's cool that they incorporated that into the movie. I was not expecting that when you guys were telling me out of left field.
I feel like Ryan Coogler just needs to kind of like put out some sort of documentation, some sort of book whenever he does movies like this, because I feel like there's always in-depth what's it called? In-depth foundation to anything he does, like Black Panther. Panther.
He knows how to build a world.
He knows how to build a world,
Yeah.
but he knows how to build a world on top of like true fundamentals that exist or historic fundamentals. He didn't do it with Creed, but even still, like Creed had a massive focus on like black culture without disregarding like any history that the Rocky movies did.
But he knew how to use the history that was already there.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then especially
Evolve the world of Rocky.
Yeah, and evolve the world of Rocky, and then not only that, but also show, it's not really shown in Rocky, but Apollo Creed would have been an amazing historical African American figure.
Yeah, exactly.
In the world of Rocky, and like everybody would know who Apollo Creed is.
Yeah. Did he write Sinners? We got to wrap up the show.
He was director, screenwriter, and producer.
There you go.
Nice.
That's
Triple threat.
He needs to put out something to kind of just talk about the movie at this point, because it's being praised very well. It's all over the place, and like I said, it's regarded as one of the best.
Yeah.
At this point,
Vampire movies.
it's marginal. It's gotten a 98% now.
Oh,
Who
we did
was
98?
the asshole that dropped the 2%?
Somebody
Names.
Somebody said that. Somebody lowered it down. They probably just didn't like seeing it at 100, and they gave it a lower score.
I'm gonna be different and make it rotten.
Yeah, and then it's gotten a 97% with audience.
Wow.
Who was the 3%ers?
I don't know, but
Red Staters.
Yeah.
So far, it's
I don't
getting,
know about the Sinners movie.
well, IMDb. You know what's funny? IMDb
Oh, I
gave
have a
it
little ting for you.
yeah. IMDb gave it a 8.2
Out of what?
out of 10.
Wow. Who's the 1.8?
Yeah, you know what I also really love too. I love the fact that they took a cue from John Wick of not saying what the Smoke and Stack twins did.
Yeah.
They just made them a known entity. Like everybody knows who the Smoke and Stack.
Well, they
twins
worked with
are.
Capone.
Yeah, like they worked with
yeah.
Capone.
Yeah.
Or, what was it? One of the girls is like, I told them that it was Smoke's, that was Smoke's truck, and he goes, I didn't believe you. And like two guys are trying to rob him, and then he kneecaps both of them, and they were like, why would you kneecap me? I didn't steal anything. And he goes, yeah, but I'm not going to allow two people to say that they were able to attempt to steal from me.
Yeah.
And there was no consequences.
Yeah. Wow.
It's pretty good. It's a good movie. All the characters are great. The story's great. The ending is fun as well too.
All the characters are so alive that when they start getting picked off, it hurts.
Yeah.
Like you're like, dang.
You are bummed. You are
Really?
bummed.
Yeah, you're like,
I like
dang,
that.
I really
I
like
like
that.
You get a little bummed. You're like,
Yeah, 'cause
ah,
It's giving me
man,
Saving Private
all
Ryan
right.
vibes.
Yeah,
I
because
like
you
that.
like the character,
Yeah.
and then they change sides, and you're like, oh,
Nah.
Wait, is this the mid credit and end credit proposing like a second movie or
it
no?
could be.
Or could be.
I mean,
There's
I
lore
wouldn't
to
be
expand
shocked
on?
if they make another movie, but it's different characters
In the world of
in
Sinners.
the world of Sinners. I feel like that's the
prequel?
only one. Maybe a prequel for the main villain, because they didn't allude how old he was, but he did allude himself how long he's been around.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
the thing that gets them to like kind of talk to them is the fact that he has gold.
Yeah.
And when he hands it to Haley Atwell, she goes, "What is this?" And he goes, "It's a current." He goes, "It's gold. It's older than most civilizations." And then he goes, "But it spends just as good as regular money." So you can tell he's been around for a while.
And it looks like it's possibly could be pirate gold in some way or something like that, because it's
Yeah.
just like these big
It's just the
shiny
blues.
gold kinds. Yeah, maybe there's that too. Yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting, and there's
Yeah.
so much lore, and there's so much stuff that you can kind of like jump to or conclude on.
yeah,
It's just a good movie. It's a good,
yeah. It was good. I liked it.
good movie.
Quick
all
final
around.
question before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
Would you own the physical release?
Yes.
Of this
Yeah, oh,
movie?
yeah.
Because I want to see the special features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanna-
I'm getting a Blu-ray copy of this.
Yeah,
Cool.
Especially if they have like a making of.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. What was it? I also, Michael B. Jordan does an amazing job on the way he performs twins.
Yeah.
And
You believe
making
it.
them, and making them so different with just simple.
He's a
little
great
twitch.
actor. Michael B.
Yeah.
Jordan,
Well,
he
yeah.
kicks
Yeah,
ass.
it's not to give him too much credit, but it was very good because you can see that he keeps one twin very smiling, very up, and one twin that's like the brute, that's like the enforcer and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. You get to see that differences between the scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's the guy who plays Eddie Brock. He did a movie like that too. The two British twins.
Oh yes, yeah.
I forget the name.
Tom
of it.
Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy did one.
Yeah.
That one's a good
Yeah.
movie too.
Yes, it
But
is.
but overall, Sinners very good to watch, and I highly recommend you see this in the theaters.
1 through 5.
5.
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
Oh yeah, 5.
Okay.
It was called Legend.
Legend.
That was
Yeah.
the Tom Hardy one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at issue 244 for Keeping Up with the Nerds. Check out our website, keepingupwiththenerd.com. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and xmen.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Keeping Up with the Nerds. Check out our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean, now on YouTube Music. And also, quick reminder, if you guys want to catch us, Santa Fe Springs Art Festival, April 26th, 3 to 11 p.m. This Friday. This Saturday. Saturday.
When this is aired,
This Saturday. So please go out, support. Let us know you guys are stopping by. Stopping by. And the live show is going to be interesting because it was produced by you guys over here. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's at Heritage Park in Santa Fe Springs.
Yes.
There you go. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Sean, take it away.
All right. Thank you. This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 244. I'm Sean.
Renee.
Brian.
Nick.
And we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.